constant. Destiny 2 box here is a
変わりまして、
rectangle.
大場が担当させ
And
て
we
いただ
all
きま
know
す。
that
よろ
raid
しくお願い
bosses
し
are
ま
just
す。
shapes and colors. This is shapes. It's a color.
で
There
は
you go. It's a raid
次の
boss. That's
ゲ
all
ー
I'm
ム
saying.
ですけれど
$25
も、
minimum donation. It comes with a ton of stuff. We've got a cloth map in there, a
ボー
steel
ナス
book,
ゲ
a
ーム2で
lovely
す。
little journal, a digital
こちら、
soundtrack
達
code.
成しまし
So
たの
much.
で、
Make sure to
やり
get
ま
those
す。
donations in. Now, from our
カ
friends
テゴ
over
リー
at
は
Creator
ラストオブザ
Crafted,
マシンソロ
we've got
とな
a
っております。
signature RuneScape bundle, but there's one thing I really wanted to show off here, and that's the Elysian Spirit Shield neon sign here. If we could hit the lights real quick, I'll show you how well it glows in the dark. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's looking
で、
good,
こ
right?
ちらですね、今解説の方がいらっしゃらないので、の解説できる方はいましたら、ディスコードなどで、名乗り出ていただけると助かり、
a little plushie in there as well. A super cool prize pack. Shoutouts to Creator Crafted. If you're wondering, obviously this is the chase drop from the raid tier. Everyone wants an Elysian Spirit Shield. Normally you have to kill Court Beast for it. You don't have to anymore. $25 minimum donation. Get those donations in. Now we have a bunch of incredible day prizes as well. Starting off with this piece of chainmail sent to us by the chain nerd of Kefka Palazzo in his clown incarnation. How could you not love it? It's made with 6,400 rings, an incredible one-of-a-kind piece of art. I can't really compare this to a raid tier. This is just a raid boss. If you've played Final Fantasy XIV, you've probably fought Kefka. Good fight. I'm going to rate it an 8 out of 10. That's unrelated to how good this prize is. That's just how I feel about the fight. Heartless Angel, kind of an annoying mechanic. Anyway, $50 minimum donation any point today. Make sure to get your donations in. You do not want to miss out on this one-of-a-kind piece. But that is not all, because we've also got
タンとウォーロックで競り合っていますが、タイタンが優勢となっております。
which I can't show you because I forgot the UV light. Never forget your UV light on raid night, everyone. That is a mistake that I am never going to live down. I'm going to have to tell it to the rest of the static for the rest of time. Don't worry about it. This thing is incredible, and you can see great pictures of it glowing in the dark over at gamesdonequick.com. It is so cool. It's signed by Caroline, and you know what? It even has a little arrow to show you which direction is up, because I've been holding it upside down the entire time. That was a test. Did anyone remember the mechanic? Nobody ever remembers the mechanic. I got to call it out every time. I hate it. $50 minimum donation. You could get a one-of-a-kind sign paint on acrylic, on canvas, on whatever you'd like piece. Thank you so much, Carolyn. But we are not done, because we have one more amazing day prize to talk about here from Sky Berkson. We have this absolutely lovely impact site paper craft Pikmin collage here, diorama, whatever you'd like to call it. This thing is incredible. Again, I have to reiterate, everything you see under this piece of glass, which is completely removable, by the way, it's just here for the protection of the piece, is made of hand-cut painted paper. All of those flowers, paper. All of the little Pikmin and the Olimar you can see in there. I'm going to try and tilt it just so you get a good angle on them.
ハンター、タイタン、ウォーロックの3クラスから選んで冒険する FPS というハクスラを混ぜたゲーム。
This is mind-boggling. I can solve Pen Genesis. I cannot
名
figure
前
out
的にタイタ
how
ン
you
が
put this inside of a glass
火
dome.
力でウォー
Sky,
ロ
you
ッ
were
クは魔
incredible.
法みたいなことですかね。
$100
ハンター
minimum
は
donation at
どう
any
いっ
point
たハン
today.
ターかな。
Make sure
弓
you
と
get
か
entered into a chance to
な感じ。
win
弓
this.
っ
And
てい
of
うか、
course,
なんだろ
it's all good.
う。どっちだ
And of course, you can't have a raid tier without some weapons. So from our good friends, Cute Monster Props, Vulpin Props, and Solo Roboto Industries, we have a pair of resin replica Skyrim weapons. We've got an axe and a sword here. These things are awesome. They are perfect for any cosplayer. They're super light. I actually did some fencing back in my youth. So when I picked up the sword, I just kind of went through a few poses, and it felt perfectly natural. Felt great to use. Very solid, but also very maneuverable in the hands. You get the set of them for a $250.
ハンターはゴールデンガン、ブレード、ダンサー、シャドウワローの種類のジョブがあります。はい。遠距離攻撃タイプですね。
By the way, I'm going to rate these weapons in a raid sense. 8 out of 10. They're pretty good. I like the style, but I'm pretty sure that only the wooden parts die. And I mean, that's just never going to show up. You're not going to see it. Don't worry about that. But what you are going to see is Destiny 2, Wrath of the Machine, solo by Jubb Jubb. You all donated for it. You want it to happen, so we are going to head back over there in just a second. You don't want to miss a minute of it, and I know my good friend Addy Joe, fellow Raider, fellow Final Fantasy player, is waiting over there to give us some great donations and a hype intro to the run. Joe, what you got?
ゲームによってそうです。物理が強いのもあるし、魔法が強いのもあるし。
And that amazing prize segment. And one more time, let's give it up for incomparable Argic. What an amazing job that Argic did. Everybody, speedrunning fans around the world, you are watching Summer Games Done Quick 2024.
タイタンはストライカー、ディフェンダー、サンブレイカーって肉弾戦や守りにとっているクラス。
Humanitarian and medical aid to those who need it most. My name's Addy Joe, as Sent said, and you already know how we do. We are live from downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I am so excited that we get to hang out once again as I'm joining with you from behind the host desk here at SGDQ. And let me tell you, we are in for a treat. Because of your generosity, we were able to unlock the second bonus game of the run.
ボイドウォーカー、サンシンガー、ストーンマスターってグレネードなどを駆使する遠距離系クラス。
That's coming up hot, but we've got some StarCraft Brood War coming after that, and some Talos Principle 2 right after that. They're all very different genres, but one thing that they all have in common, gamers, is that they are action-packed runs that, believe me when I say, you are not gonna want to miss it. And speaking of not missing anything, we got a $500 donation from Yanawana that says, I love Destiny. Destiny brought me and my brother together. I have played Halo and Destiny for over 10 years and can't think of a better long-running game. Everybody, we're going to take a very quick break. It's a great time for you to stretch, grab some water, but don't go too far because Summer Games Done Quick 2024 will be right back.
クラス、インセットスキル、グレネード、アルティメットスキルの3種類あって、それと武器性能で吸っていく。はい。
Everybody in the audience and Twitch chat, how we doing tonight? As a friendly reminder for everybody, while we do our little breaks, we have an opportunity to interact with you. I hope everyone's having a great marathon so far, whether if you're here in the stream room, if you're checking out the board game room, if you're in any of the playrooms, or if you got to check out that awesome escape room that was here as well. GDQ, it's an awesome place to be. So many things to be able to do, many friends to be able to have here. And everybody, I'm going to look over at our total right now. We have $644,674. Again, $644,674.
現在はキャラクターチョイスタイタンが1500、およそ1600です。1600ドル。オーロックが1100ドル。500ドル差なので、まだ。まだこれはひっくり返る可能性はありますね。
We had a $50 donation from Rambo Medic that says, "We want more games. Just take my money." We had a $777 donation from Dr. Mantis Toboggan that says, "The doctors without borders can't do their duty if they have to worry about Insurrection Prime. We get to get this
この
Wrath of
感
the
じだ
Machine
と、
run
その
done."
3種類の中では、ハンターは
We also had a $100 donation from Ethan H that says donating for more games. Let's get Destiny on the schedule. Thank you so much, Ethan, for that
買わないってこと
donation.
なんですかね。
We also had a $500
donation.
All of y'all just showed up, and we made sure that we got that done. Thank you so much. That $500 donation from someone that's watching saying, we are so close. Come on, we can get there. We may not have a lot of time, but I believe in chat. Let's go. We also got a $300 donation from Cal that says, donating approximately a penny for every hour I've spent in Destiny. Eyes up, Guardians. We also get a $10 donation from Anonymous that says, come on, everyone, we can hit the incentive. It's our Destiny. All of those donations is what came together to unlock that Destiny bonus run. We have a quick message from one of our sponsors. Check out Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble, an appealing addition to the Sega's beloved franchise. Experience thrilling gameplay that is easy to pick up and play, yet challenging and fulfilling to master. Slip into a wonderfully crafted story either locally or online in the all-new adventure mode, where you will journey through 200 newly crafted stages, either in a 4-player co-op or solo. You can go bananas with your favorite bunch and drop into online multiplayer for up to 16 players or local multiplayer for up to 4 players. And to keep the excitement rolling, use the new spin dash technique to sprint past rivals to create new shortcuts to victory. Whether you're a seasoned fan or new to the series, Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble is a must-play. Pick it up on Nintendo Switch today. Now, if you missed our Juneteenth all-black speedrunning event, we got you covered. Catch up on the Juneteenth and UBAF 2024 playlist by going to youtube.com/gamesdonequick/playlist. One more time, that is youtube.com/gamesdonequick/playlist. We've got a $100 donation from Spirit that has no comment. Thank you very much, Spirit, for sending in that donation. You know, I say this every single event. Doesn't matter if you are able to donate, whether if it's a small amount or if it's a large amount, if you have a name or if you go anonymous, whatever it is, we really appreciate every donation that you can bring forward. And with that, everybody, I have word that we are ready for our next run. Our next runner is making his first ever GDQ appearance. He was the first in the world to do a flawless solo Wrath of the Machine run with the Warlock Guardian. He is now here to face his destiny by doing a solo run of Destiny, Wrath of the Machine. Go get him, Jubb.
画面が来ました。
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Jubb Jubb. You can call me Jake. I'm joined on the couch today by Dan, DC, Illumity, and Corey. And today we're going to be soloing the 6-player raid Wrath of the Machine in a fire team of 1.
All right, so real quick.
So about
Go ahead, Jubb.
Yeah, sorry. But to start the timer, I'm gonna open my inventory as I'm flying in, and then as soon as the screen goes black, you're good to start the timer.
We are doing this with Titan as well.
Yes.
From our beautiful incentive. Thank you all so
Yes.
much.
Yeah, absolutely. Really quickly,
And
we were able to raise
キャラクター、始めました。グッドラックです。キャラクターはタイタンに決まったようですね。
All right, so real quick, just explaining the goals of this encounter right now. He needs to grab 4 voltages at a time and dunk them into one of the 3 depositories. One's on left, one's on middle, one's on right. Occasionally, just about every 30 seconds, there's going to be a random amount of voltage eaters that spawn. Those voltage eaters, if they make it to the depositories, are going to start taking his voltage. So he needs to manage to defend all 3 sides while also dunking enough voltage to get Vosik into his damage phase. Typically, this is done with 6 people. So you get to have 1 runner per side and 1 defender, but as you can see, Jubb's doing it all by himself. So.
He said no.
たら
We sent out 5 invites. They all declined. And you had to turn into an absolute legend.
He did the Thanos. I'll do it myself.
So typically here, if we were in a 6-man speed run,
私は
you would
全
have
くわからない
2
です。
people skipping ahead to the next encounter through some out of bounds areas, and the other 4 people would be running as fast as possible. There's certain choreographed routes that you can use. We call them colors. Each sets of 4 voltages spawn in a. So for example, if you see a voltage on the map, it's linked to other 4 other voltage spawns.
完全に近接
So
というわけでは
each
ない。
person running knows exactly where their next 1 or 2 voltages is going to be, meaning you can optimize this very much if you're in a 6-man fire team.
このレギュレーションは、最大6人でクリアするレイドのソロクリア。なるほど。
Now, does he have like unlimited ammo?
No,
not
it's
quite.
always limited in Destiny. At least
本来
Destiny
6人でやるやつを1人でクリアす
In
る。
Destiny 2, there's unlimited ammo. You get to cheat in that one.
Typically in Destiny 2, there'd be a raid banner at the start of each
ああ、
fight.
レイド
There'd
コ
be
ンテ
full
ンツ、
ammo.
最後のレイドコン
So
テ
I
ンツ
guess
の
you
ソ
could
ロ。
call that a sort of unlimited ammo.
Easy mode.
ラース・オブ・マシーンっていうのが機械の天罰っていうことで
But
す。あ
each one has their merits.
Let's see. How many people actually run this category?
2.
Yeah. The record right now is, what was it, Jubb? It's held by Overwall.
49-18.
49-18
あ、
is the
謎
record.
解きが多い
My。BB is 50-07, so I got a little bit of a ways to go.
なんかひたすら赤いボールを投げていますが、
Right. So the way the damage mechanic works is once you dunk enough voltages, you're going to get bombs like you see on the screen spawning from each one. Throwing enough bombs at him, as you can see, they're currently.
あれ
breaking
が
the shield.
何ボスボ
We
ス
don't
に
want
ひ
to
たす
break it
ら
all the way,
Right.
because it won't recharge
Or-
in between phases.
ドッジボールを
So
して
that
い
way,
る。
the next bomb drop will be able to do crazy damage with the
ああ、
bombs.
6人でやっても何回も全部するないな。
The bombs, after you break the shield.
一番最初は光る柱に触れて、電気を自分の体に溜めて、それで機械を動かす。
So
その機械を動かして、あのボールを出してボスにぶつけてバリアを
to get his shield.
剥ぐというギミ
Once
ッ
his
ク。
shield's weak, you can take the next phase to do a lot of damage to his shield with the bombs, or sorry, to his health with the bombs after you break the shield.
Is this weapon setup something that we've thought about a lot, or is this just a personal preference here?
Mostly thought about a lot. I know Overwall uses Invective shotgun and Hunger Proto Rocket because the Invective regenerates ammo over time. But it does have
Sounds like
a
easy
lot
mode.
less impact. It's like I'm not too big of a fan of it. I die a lot when I use it, to be honest.
本来はボイチャで連携取って謎解きやギミック処理もしながらクリアを目指す。
The found verdict shotgun. It's
ああ、画面の点滅注意かもしれない。
Destiny community
あ
because
と
it's so easy to get, and it's pretty
FPS
much
あるあるですが、
outside
画
of a
面酔い
few
も注意ですね
optimizations。and like stat rolls, it's pretty much the best shotgun you can get for the job, for most jobs. So you're going to see it quite a lot in any Destiny content you look at, with Destiny 1 content.
Now, when this first came out, how long did it take 6-man raids to first beat this?
I believe this was one of the shorter.
Yeah, it
day
was like
ones.
like a little over 2 hours, I think.
Yeah, it was 2-3 hours. I know there was some controversy with that day one with account swapping, but it's not too big of a deal. Still a great raid to me.
Tell us more about that. That sounds fun.
I don't know
ア
the
メ
full
と電
story,
気を
but
抜き取ろうとしてくる敵も出るので、それも守らな
some
きゃ。
stuff going. Or there was,
Allegedly.
we're gonna move on from that topic. I think that's something we shouldn't talk about.
さすがに6人のやつなので、
That's fine.
それは防衛が入るとかなり
I
忙
tried
し
to do
くな
this
り
on
ますね。
accident. I was like, raid sounds fun. I don't have any friends though. And, you know,
なんで一人でやってるんですかね。
it was a sad ending.
Yeah, so what you guys saw earlier, like I would say like 20 seconds earlier, where he shot his G-horn, his Galahorn, which is his rocket launcher,
これ
two
は
times rapidly in succession.
あれですよ
much
ね、
faster
き
than he
っ
was
と
supposed to. That's what we call reload canceling.
一人でやってもそんなに
It's one of the primary damage sources for the next phase of this
なん
fight.
か負担が減るみたいなのは
Ability is so impressive.
負担が減るっていうかなんか
For those of you that don't know,
敵が弱くなっ
Destiny
たりするとかはあんまりないのか
1,
な。
very popular movement source, tiding skating. So you're just
ないん
jittering
す
your,
か。
jittering your jump button.
じゃあそのまま6人で戦ってる状態と同じ状態で戦ってると。
like Jubb does. Jubb's a little bit of a grandpa skater, though, so that's what we call him.
That arm on him, though. No.
Another thing we like to mention here is, as you can see, sometimes Jubb is throwing a nade right before picking up a bomb.
これはすごい
We
な。
call that nade duping. I know, a super creative name. But if you throw the nade and then cancel the animation with
ああ、日本だと FF14
it will
の
not eat your
霊
nade.
式とか
It'll
が
allow you to
いっ
throw
ぱいあっ
extra
て、
nades
あれを
as
それクリアタイムアタックしてるようなもんと。
All right. And pretty much everything we just did up to that point, we do again.
Yep. It's just rinse and repeat, like I said before, War of Attrition.
We
This
can
foot.
read some donations.
ボスのバリアを剥いだら、ボールとヘビーウェポンのギャラルホルンってやばい武器で攻撃して削っている。
Brad that says, in memory of Lance Reddick. Without him, the Destiny community wouldn't be what it is.
No Jubb. That's all right.
It's okay.
See, this first encounter right here is
Yeah.
not respawning restricted, so although it did ruin the flawless, it's not a big... not
Takes a
too
lot of
big
pressure
deal.
off of it, though, to be honest.
Yeah. Not too big of a deal that he died there.
We'll just
Maybe
all
like
forget that he did.
Maybe like a 5-10 second time loss, depending on how fast he gets these voltage eaters.
No, that was like.
He only had
2.
one Duncan,
Yeah.
so not too big of a deal.
特に
Maybe like 20
He did,
seconds,
or-
30 seconds. But
バナナとドラムマニアでクリアされてる。バナナとドラムマニア。どういうこと
Anyone in Twitch chat is counting how many times Judd has punched a robot in the face. Please let us know after the run.
ドラムマニア
I do
は
punch a lot of robots.
言ってることは分かりますけど、どういうことだって。
There's one.
And I
There's another one.
hope everyone else will too.
interesting. Well, this is a Titan round, so there may be less punching of robots in the next encounter than Warlock.
I'm counting that as a punch.
Okay.
バナナでクリアってなんだ
Another small thing to note, this encounter would really be much more difficult if not for the fact that your health starts regenerating if you pick up a voltage, which is really nice.
Every time Judd gets close, I'm like, oh.
Oh, because I was shooting him instead of punching him. I'm sorry.
ギャラルホルンはデスティニーの中で最強クラスのロケットランチャーで弾が着弾するとそこから敵を追尾するクラスター爆弾で敵を攻撃するっていうえぐい武器です。
Destiny 1 has
やばいね。それはやばいですね。
I wouldn't say 90, but a lot of the time you're really relying on your natural regeneration.
ギャラルホルン、基本ランダムドロップというロケランは強すぎたため、持ってないとパーティーに入れてもらえませんでした。なるほど。
There's so much chaos happening.
This guy loves to respawn every time I kill him.
Yeah.
バナナに電極を刺してコントローラーにして。
You can have some.
Just to expand on the voltage eater spawns, so every 30 seconds, there's a spawn on right, spawn on middle, spawn on left, and it could be any amount. So it could either be one voltage eater spawn, which is really chill, or you could have all 3 spawn and then you're just done running for
すごい人もいたもんだ。
kill voltage eaters.
No chill.
There can also be no voltage eater spawn, which is nice.
Ultimate chill.
Where's this robot? There we go.
Yeah.
募集もやっもう必須みたいにな
We're
った。
counting those as robots too.
No.
No, the guys with no.
The Vandals, no. Vandals and
必
Dregs
須
aren't
というか
robots.
持
We had a
って
huge
ないと
argument
ダメ
about。this earlier.
I wouldn't say huge.
It's about to be one right now.
Like we said before, this is just another prep phase. He's just going to get Vossic's shield weak so he can do a lot of damage next time.
We can hear some
こん
more
だけ
donations.
強かったってことですね。
Absolutely, I've got you covered. We get a $25 donation from Joey Gannett that says, I've never played
そうですね。
Destiny.
AST は1時間45分で。
I sub Guardian. I sub Guardian. I sub Guardian.
Oh, sub to you too.
Did a good job.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, Eyes Up Guardian is a pretty iconic quote from the first mission of this game. Your ghost finds you and tells you, Eyes Up Guardian, and then revives you.
Oh, because we were looking down before. Oh.
I'm not sure if
got
that's
it.
what it is, but
And that ghost's name, Tyrion Lannister.
Do I have time for one more?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
All right, we have a $77.77 donation from RNG Rabbit that says, have to donate for the incredible showing in that Hollow Knight race. Also have to donate to make sure Wrath of the Machine is run on the correct class. Warlocks rise. I know. I feel like I'm poking an open wound. I'm sorry. But
That's okay. I am a Warlock main myself, but I gotta say this was a good decision for this particular instance, just because there's gonna be a lot more things I can show off.
忙しいっすねこれ。
You got probably another minute and a half, 2 minutes for
攻撃
donations
し
if
つ
you'd like.
つ
If there's any more.
守る
I
のが
get you covered.
All right.
We had another $77.77 donation from FFX Faith that says, my fiance and I have been fighting against the darkness as guardians of the last city since 2015. I'm a warlock, he's a titan. We flipped a coin, and this donation goes to the lone guardian being a warlock. I'm so sorry. We wish you the best of luck, and for anyone
あ
wondering,
ーボー
our
ルを
cat
出
is
す
a
機会
hunter.
が3箇所にあってそれを全部自動しなきゃいけないです
There was a
ね
time Warlock was way up. It had like a $500 lead at one point. Oh
上
yeah.
司に行っ
Yeah,
て
it
る
was
んだ
pretty close for a
こ
while.
れ
Hey, Jubb, Hunter Vossi got cleared, right?
Yes, it did.
It did.
By the wild
敵
animal
をこう
himself.
かいくぐりながら
We call him JP, but his online persona is Vosik the Archpriest, so it's kind of confusing when you're talking about
確か
either
に
the
チェッ
boss
クポイントっぽいとこ
right there or the person.
何回も
Is he
何回も
also
取っ
like
ています
16 feet tall? I confuse them both.
No, I don't think he's that tall.
He didn't.
That didn't die. There we go.
ああこれは火力ないとダメだ
My wombo combos failed me.
The backseat gamer in me is coming out.
No, that's okay.
All right, I'm about to kill Vosik right here.
あと電気を保持している状態だと15秒のカウントダウンが入ってその間に次の電気に触れるか機械に電気を入れないと即死します即死ああああ
There we go. Hit one.
Got that nade dupe right
And it
there.
went right between his legs.
Another nade dupe.
Sick manips, bro.
Oh, I think I grabbed a bomb to it. That's okay.
That's fine. You're gonna kill.
When it's one man instead of six, you gotta have the sickest of
あともうちょっと
Stop shooting me.
まあ
These
6
guys
人でや
are
っ
supposed
て
to go under the
DPS チ
stage,
ェッ
by the
ク
way.
が
Yes, they
未
are.
達成で全滅が普通にあるぐらいの難易度
Is running.
And
Yep. あクリアした
All right, what are we
へ
switching
げ
to?
ー
all right. So this rocket here is my crutch, my beloved choleric dragon. Beautiful. When we get to Vosik, the damage is very tight just because since we're by ourselves, we use a lot more bomb phases. And you'll see what I mean when we get there. And we use a lot of time as a result. And his enrage timer will go off after about 3 phases solo. So we gotta go crazy.
あ悪い
We
こ
only
と
get-
した
Instead of like all those bombs we get at entrance to do damage, we only get 2 at the end.
いや
Also
ー
explain why we're
華麗に
not
壁
flying
抜けしまし
Oh
た
yeah,
ね
I forgot. So like, it's yeah. We use an emote, the come at me emote. You start crouched and you start it, and then you press the left stick and then
お
crouch
そ
again.
らく壁
You
の
can clip through.
わずかな足場を通って
Let me go into depth, Jubb.
And
天
yeah,
井
right
の
after I do-
裏
so
を
we normally have
通
either
っ
the
ており
left
ま
breach
す
or the back breach. This is the back breach I'm going to do here.
このゲーム割とアウトオブバウン
And
ズ
then
と
I'm
か
gonna
多
hit
いです
this trigger. All right, then we'll start the boss fight.
All right, so really quick, going back to what Jubb was just talking about. So the come at me
ね
emote
ボス戦以
is,
外は
in this game.
こんな感じの走りになるね
Basically, it is one of the only emotes
あ
that
あま
moves
た
what we
新しい
call
ボス
your
です
true
か
self. Or I know that seems a little weird, but
Sorry.
the part of your character that is not displayed, the part of the character that
ああ
the
エ
game
モー
actually
トを使って
recognizes
壁に
gets
めり
moved
込んで抜
when
け
you use
る
that emote, which is weird. And so by
ああ
crouching
エモ
or
ートが
and
エ
sprinting
モートでなん
after
か
using
動いた
that
りするや
emote,
つたまにあるやつです
timing,
ね
you're able to simply just phase through walls in this game and teleport. So going over this encounter, this is by far the hardest encounter
さ
in
っ
this
きの
raid.
やつの2戦目
To solo.
同じ敵か
The main mechanics
ただ
are
地形がまた変わって
three bombs
ギミッ
that
クも変わる
drop.
と
You have to hit 2 bombs within, I'd say, a couple seconds of each other to do any damage to his shield whatsoever. Obviously, the issue with that solo is there's 3 bombs. There's only 1 person. How are you supposed to do that? So you really need to bring 1 bomb to another pre-positioned bomb in order to do any sort of damage to the shield. That 3rd bomb we kind of just ignore in a solo.
Sometimes. I'll use it for ads. But yeah, generally with a fire team of 6, you throw them all at the same time to do a third of it. But so by myself, I can only throw 2 close
さっ
enough.
きと同じように
And
ボールを
as a
投げて
result,
います
we'll
ね
do a 6th as opposed to a third. So that's why it takes twice as long to get the damage.
後ろの画面を打つのもギミッ
Right.
ク
So
か
you're also shooting TVs that are not showing SGDQ. That must be why you're shooting.
Yes, yes.
Just make
ボールを投げて、あ、はい、雑魚敵が大量に出るタイプ。
Oh. After every bomb phase, one of those
ああ、
monitors on
確
the
かに
back
わら
will
わら
light
と。
up. Not killing it in time will result in a wipe, like Doug said. Or not necessarily a wipe, but in a solo, it's definitely a wipe.
Just because of the time of it, like if he enrages, like right after the third phase, it's done. So if I have to take the time to take a room because a monitor goes off, then I am cooked.
Typically, you get 4 safe rooms in this boss fight. So usually that
こ
means
んなにわらわら
4
出てくる
phases,
とボス攻撃
but
する
like
暇ない
Jubb
です
already explained, you're taking so long that Vosik just decides to kill you after 3. So you get 3 phases.
And also, you'll see here after the 5th bomb round that in the bottom left corner it'll say Siva density rising destroys Bozzic's barrier. I believe is what it says. That means the next round we have to break his shield no matter what, or it's a hard wipe. Even if we can't take a room, like they'll shut off all the rooms.
ボールを投げ終わった後、紋章が出てくる画面を破壊しないと即死攻撃が飛んでいきます。即死
damage phase by yourself. So if we miss a bomb this entire time, it's a
攻
wipe.
撃が
Yes,
飛ん
this
で
is
く
a
る。
very, very
And he
tricky
likes to move right after I throw them.
ちゃんとなので後ろの画面をチェックしないといけないですね。
Bozzik would be very good at PvP.
Do you ever get to punch him in the face?
Not in this context, no, unfortunately.
Well, you hit him in the butt.
I can,
right at the
yeah, I can
beginning
punch
there,
him in the
yeah.
butt in the beginning
know.
because he's just waking back up because he's pretty weak. Remember from entrance.
From earlier, yes.
As you can see, the text in the bottom left, destroy Voxic's barrier. That means he has 1 phase left to break his shield, or to be a wipe.
And how are you feeling about that?
What do you mean?
Clearly awesome.
All right, we're about to do some damage.
All right, so I'll explain what's going on here after he does this. This is
So I
going to
gotta,
be a
I gotta
very
lock,
tight phase.
gotta lock in for a sec.
ミス
Oh, I should probably switch.
一応ミスった時は避難シェルターもあるんですが、これが使えるのが1回こっきり。
Level.
うん。
Throw these.
Oh, and it's a
Uh-oh.
wipe. Oh, not necessarily. I guess he can clutch it.
No, it's gonna be really. No, it's probably a wipe. Yep.
Yep.
And as you can see, none of the rooms are open.
This is just a showcase of how
Yeah, that was a totally intentional.
Just wanted to show you
It was
how
very
that would happen.
planned.
Well, everyone donated for this run. We got to keep it going a little bit longer, you know?
Can I
more
just
time
have
left.
a quick donation?
Absolutely.
All right, we got a $12 donation
装備が
from
変わ
Sav
っ
that
て
says,
やり
starting
直
my
し
now fiance while he was watching GDQ, we now watch together, have 3 cats, and get married in 12 days.
Right on,
Congrats,
yo.
Sav.
やり直しっぽいです。
They also say, pet the cat. And a friendly reminder to
なんか
everybody, you
ダメだ
can
った。
pet the cat in the Talos Principle too, which is one of the many incentives that just opened up. So when you go to donate, make sure you scroll down to those open incentives, select the incentive of your choice, and we can unlock even more GDQ. That pet the cat incentive, only $4,000, or actually $3,687 remaining to unlock it.
Surprised that didn't get hit right away. It's like an immediate.
As soon as they put it up.
You can read more, by the way. We're
Absolutely, we had another pet the cat donation come in
DPS が足りないって話が出てたってことは、ダメージがそんなに出せなかったとか、そういう感じか。
About how cats are really, really good. Pet the cat. Again, if you can, get that donation over for the Pet the Cat incentive. We also got a $250 donation from Theo Pasai, which says, let's go Destiny. Probably the only way I'm letting these kids, Caden and Bennett, stay up past their bedtime.
Oh, yeah.
What a good reason to stay up. Thank you for the donation.
yes, thank you very much.
It's a real father right there.
My man.
It was already T for teen, right?
雑魚敵だけに困ってる
I guess
So that's how I got it as a kid.
わけにも
I
い
guess
か
we
ない
can
と
talk。about the way damage works now. We have a little bit of downtime, and I also have a lot of heavy ammo. So in this game, if you shoot like you
これは
have like
きつい
a
な
set rate of fire, if you shoot and then start a reload and then cancel that reload with a sprint,
で、雑魚敵の隙間をかいくぐってボールも投げなきゃいけないし、
the more you set
攻撃が足りないと即死攻撃が対応しきれない。
and the higher draw time. And on our force barrier melee, which we're going to be activating with a shotgun, this
これ
makes
で
our
人数がい
weapons
れば
handle and
雑魚
reload
敵
really
も処理し
fast.
つつ
So
バ
we're
リア
going to
ン
be
も
able
割
to
った
shoot
り
a
で
lot
きるん
of
でしょう
rockets
けど
really quickly.
Basically, what he's saying is once you get good at it, the higher handling you have, the faster you can shoot.
Yes.
But you have to get good first.
You do.
That is
ボー
on.
ルを投げ終わった後画面を壊さなきゃいけないのに、ボスを殴るってことは画面を壊す暇がない。そうですよね。
Whoa, where did that joke come from? You know,
doing it over and over again.
the ads will
忙しすぎる
to
こ
and
の
from mid, and sometimes they
ワンオ
will
ペ
eat the bomb and
6人
they
レイ
eat
ド
down Mr. President fashion. Thankfully, he did not.
Another thing, you can see all this purple in middle.
Yeah, this is our heavy ammo. This is what's going to allow us to shoot so many rockets, because you can't shoot so many rockets if there's nothing on the ground.
Just to go over, he's very specifically choosing to kill all these ads in middle. When he does, ammo generation in this game it's not purely based on multi-kills, but it's heavily influenced by multi-kills. So by letting the ads group up and then killing them,
ってことは
he's gonna
結
create
構
far
運も
more
絡んだ
ammo
りするんですか
otherwise, which is very key
ね。
to killing this guy.
I feel like a wildlife photographer. These are the heavy ammos in their natural habitat. Watch them as they fly into your rocket launcher.
And as we go into another damage phase here, let's let Jubb block in real quick. Hopefully we don't have another situation on our hands.
Hopefully, I just don't get a front mid. Thank you.
I was gonna mention that earlier. Don't want front mids.
Alrighty. And the no backup plan to arms we just put on allows us to activate force barrier with shotgun kills. And we didn't get force barrier. All right.
That's another wipe.
We can hear some more donations.
Absolutely, I've got you covered. We got a
れで装備を
$100
買う。
donation
死ん
from
で
Fire
る。
Spectre that says, "Hey everyone, been looking forward to this
や
run.
り直し。
So I'm extremely excited to see how you'll pull
死ぬ
off
と
this
ダメ
job.
か。
Told my entire clan about the run, so hopefully they'll be watching too. Shout out to my clan, Eager Edge. You folks are great. Keep doing the fantastic work you all are doing for Doctors Without Borders. Thank you.
Shout
for
out
listening.
Eager Edge.
So we're on the topic of Destiny 2 clan. Shout out Eclipse clan.
すぎる。
We have time for another?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
you can just kind of keep them coming.
Will
we have a little
do.
bit of downtime.
I got you. $25
装
from
備を変えているのは背景黄色のエキゾチックは武器枠1個、防具枠1個っていう制約があったります。
Yeah, been playing Destiny since the beginning, so I'm looking forward to seeing this 6-man raid be destroyed by a single Guardian. Best of luck, and remember, eyes up, Guardian.
はい、その都度
We also
変え
got
な
a
きゃいけない。
$20 donation from Brad that says it's our destiny to run Destiny.
That's
Yes,
right.
it is.
Keeping along with the puns, we had a $50 donation from Anonymous that says we are destined to see this Destiny run. And then finally, a $10 donation from King of Zeal, keeping those puns going with insert pun here.
That's my favorite one. That guy gets it. Keep the pun train coming. People keep donating with some puns. That'll be fun.
バリアが剥がれる直前で武器をスナイパーからショットガンに変えているので、そこで DPS を出してる。はいはいはい。
So just to move back to a little bit of what Jubb's doing. So his loadout right now is pretty much the only it's not the only
を破
loadout,
壊
but
して、
it's very optimized for this encounter. So
グレネード投げて、
what he's running right now is there is a perk in the game called Surplus, and that perk comes on only a handful of weapons and only 1 or 2 exotics, exotic armor. And what that perk does is it literally drops
ボ
more
ールを
heavy.
投げ
So
て、
you have a much higher chance of getting heavy ammo
Well,
when you have that perk on.
it won't drop more heavy bricks. It'll just
ball
each heavy
拾いに
brick will have
行って
more rockets in it.
And then the boots are the one the boot perk allows more heavy drops, right?
エキゾチックはいわゆる最高レアランクの装
Yeah,
備。
we're wearing the raid arms, which
はいはいはい。スナイパーで奥の画面を破壊するのに使ってる。
The helmet we look like.
なるほど。
Wondering why I look like a big, stupid astronaut. Also drops more heavy. So
It's the Among Us helmet.
and they do stack.
画面用にスナイパーと
No, we're not sus.
ボス用にショットガン
I can't bring myself to say that. I'm sorry. Even though I kind of also just did, but it's all good.
まだ全然ボスにダメージが入ってないですよ。
You'll
Heavy
notice-
ammo could be better.
Right.
Only have a couple bricks, but we still have another round here.
で、また紋章、画面壊し
You'll
て、
notice him going to mid occasionally and just
Dago
firing a sniper into the
倒して。
ground. I asked him about that earlier, and might not actually do anything. It's just a superstition, but it
Get a
reduces the
preview
amount
of the
of-
reload canceling because I'm shooting this sniper a lot faster than it's supposed to be shot.
Right.
Sick of that, dude.
ボールを投げて、
Now, let's move on to pretty much. I would not necessarily the most interesting, but the craziest part of his loadout is his rocket launcher. So, I believe Shiflet has, or you have the God Roll rocket, right? That is the God Roll one.
Yes, this is the God roll.
So yeah.
It in the middle column we have a perk called Disciplinarian. If I don't die, goodness gracious, that does bonus damage to Fallen, and Vazik is indeed
出
Fallen.
ました。死んだー。
I
グー。
guess I was not as well covered as I thought.
Can I sneak in a donation?
やり直し。
All right, we had a $50 donation from Lost Lemon that says Guardians make their own fate.
難しい
Let's
な
go, Destiny. And then we also got a $100 donation from Noglik that says we recently lost one of our foster nuggets in honor of Apricot. Pet that cat, and
Oh, pet that
everybody.
cat.
Everybody's only $3,000 away from unlocking the Pet the Cat incentive for the Talos Principle 2. I know we can get this done.
You can keep them coming, by the way.
You know I got you covered. We had a $500 donation from James P.
Let's go, James.
They said, as a longtime watcher of GDQ and a longtime Destiny player, since the early beta, this run has got me very intrigued. I've never ran this raid, but the idea of one Guardian battling infected Siva Fallen is magnificent. My fellow Guardians, let's make this happen. We also got a $25 donation from Burtz that says, here with a bunch of members from my Destiny 2 raiding party, so it feels wrong not to donate towards the Destiny incentive. How do you even do a raid solo? We're finding out.
I put an unhealthy amount of hours into this before I killed him. Before I killed Vazik for the first time. A little bit of Jubb lore, I guess. I had reinstalled the game in 2021 after not playing since Taken King. And, you know, I was doing my LFGs, got to light level 400, whatever. And I was like, you know, I want to solo Axis. So I look up how to solo Axis. And I get recommended 2 videos titled Solo Flawless Wrath of Kashyyyk. And I'm like, oh, that was not on my bingo card for my YouTube search results. But that looks cool. I want to do it. And here we are.
He was only like 12 feet tall. You got to get the guy 16 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
Another little quirk of the encounter is occasionally you'll see him leaving ads alive, like even more than he usually does. And that's because every few rounds, I believe it's every 2 rounds, every other round.
Oh, yeah, captains.
Right. So, yeah.
Here, I got
Go
it.
ahead.
So, the second and fourth bomb rounds, normally a yellow bar captain is supposed to spawn, but we're kind of out here with our, you know, our little stupid sniper thing. It doesn't really do much to him. But see, on this round, like this is the 4th round, if we throw these bombs and we don't kill the ads until we kill the monitor, the room will actually be filled with the maximum number of ads and we'll actually block the captain spawn.
Right.
So now we don't have to deal with him because he sucks and he's annoying.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with a yellow bar while running around and doing the encounter solo.
You can hear some more donations.
Absolutely, you know I got you covered. We had a $50 donation from Malice with no comment. Thank you very much, Malice, for that. We also had a $250 donation from Justin that says, as someone with 4 cats with 1 sitting on me right now, you must pet the cat, and we're just a little under $3,000 away from unlocking that. And just a friendly reminder to everybody, Justin just entered themselves in amazing prizes that are here with that $250 donation. They
今度は
enter
成功する
themselves
か
to win the grand prizes, some of
で
which are the Skytech Gaming Azure 2 gaming PC or that resin replica Skyrim steel axe and steel sword set. That's a $200 cumulative donation over the entirety of the event.
ついに
You can be entered to win
ボ
those
スを殴れ
grand
るのか
prizes as well.
All right, we're going into a damage phase here.
Hopefully.
Let's hopefully lock in. We got a front bomb, so. All right, there we go.
All right, here we go.
You can see the reload canceling in here.
ようやくボスにダメージ
So
が入った
pretty. He stands atop the purple
DPS チェッ
floor.
クおよそ
All right, that looks like pretty
普通にも
clearable
う火力で
damage.
ご利用してるって感じですね半分いったかな
All right.
There we go.
We survived one phase.
リロードキャンセルで、DPS が出せる
I can breathe now.
This is definitely,
あ
I would
お
say,
よ
by
そ
far
半
the
分
hardest solo encounter in this
本
game.
割
Would you disagree, Jubb?
I would not disagree one bit.
ぐらい
It's pretty tough. Can't lie. Me force barrier. Thank you.
I don't know if I would go as
ソ
far
ロ
to
でそんだけダメージ
compare
出せる
Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 and say this is the hardest in both games, but this is definitely up there as one of the hardest.
Does boss show back up in Destiny 2?
He does not yet.
Not yet.
で
But
これ
maybe.
を
We're about to take
Ah,
care of him,
to.
you know?
Tanix is back, so
1、2回と
who knows?
Got a couple more donations if you want.
Yes,
Go
of
ahead.
course.
Absolutely. I got you covered. We had a $100 donation from Zach1999 that says, Hi, Jubb Jubb. Been playing Destiny since literally day one,
Nice,
and
dude.
Wrath of the Machine is my favorite raid.
You have
Also,
good taste.
気になってる
KWTD,
歌自
you
体は
should
あと
know
1
this
個あ
by
るの
now.
とだい
Yeah, this is definitely a know what to do or kick run.
And we just got a $250 donation from Jim. Everyone is showing up for this Destiny run. And Jim says, shout outs to the Waypoint Destiny community and all our clans. Red Tree Owls, 5-star raid times, and my unbiased favorite, Poplio Pals. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I promise I'm going to run Salvation's Edge with you all once I finish Dawn Trail. Love you all. Trans rights.
Woo. Yeah, Salvation's Edge. I did not play it just because I don't play D2, but it does look fun but very difficult.
Yeah, there's definitely an upwards trend in creativity when it comes to raid mechanics, just in general in Destiny. You definitely have to, the devs work hard to keep ahead of the curve when it comes to engaging raid mechanics. You can see it really. Just the first two raids, Crotizin and Volta Glass, the complexity of those raids, it takes a big jump when it comes to from those going to King's Fall and then to Wrath the Machine. It's definitely a big jump. And then even again in Destiny 2, like from Destiny 1, you take the Destiny 1 raids and then you go to something like Spire or Stars where it just gets more and more complicated. And I would say there's a couple more jumps like that. I think another big jump is from Spire to maybe Vow is definitely a big jump in complexity. And then definitely with Salvation's Edge, their newest raid, they took a lot of liberties with the mechanics. It's really great in my opinion.
You saw he just tried to strafe there, but he was not
Yeah,
quick
he
enough.
almost broke out. He almost caused another wave.
Do I have time to chime in?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Because everyone is loving these cats. Everybody, if you are a cat lover, heck, if you are a pet lover, please get these donations in. We got a $250 donation from Anonymous. And they say, I don't know what's going on, but I like cats, and that's a good enough reason for me. We also got a $25 donation from Robert that says, cats are awesome. You should pet them. Happy to be watching another great SGDQ with my cat, Nigel. Hi, Nigel.
All right,
Hello,
we're about
Nigel.
to lock in for another DPS phase here.
ああそろそろ2回目の攻撃
Oh
Nice
my.
try, buddy. Better luck next time.
さあ DPS チェックだ。
Just eating them to the face.
Right.
You found his one weakness.
リロードキャンセル使ってるからすごいすごい勢いでリロードしてる。
Definitely clearable damage.
あと1回か。
A big part of this. Another big part of this encounter, especially when it came to at least clearing the first time, cluster bomb RNG. So on his rocket, his main damage perk on his rocket is cluster bombs, and unfortunately that has a little bit of RNG to it. So sometimes those cluster bombs can just bounce off the wall and just not do anything to Vosik. And if you have enough of that in one phase, you just don't have clearable damage. Another big thing, so after Vosik gets below half health,
あと
he's
1
going to
回
start
こ
spawning Shanks instead
あと
of
1回やれば
previous
クリア
enemies。he had. The Shanks aren't too bad by themselves, but the exploders are, they can, if you miss one exploder and it sneaks up behind you, you're done.
大体まあ3回ってこと。
The Shanks also definitely output way more damage than the Vandals.
同
and
じ
Drakes,
こ
I
とを
would
しなきゃ
say.
いけない。
So we don't want to punch these robots in the face.
You can if you have,
unfortunately.
Wallet.
if you have a powered melee, it will actually disintegrate the Shank
Like this.
like that, and instead of exploding, it will just turn into an overshield for Jubb.
陣が切る。
Sometimes it doesn't work.
Sometimes
it did
it
work
doesn't
that
work.
time, thankfully for the example, but
あ
it actually does not give that to me a lot.
Yeah, it's a very buggy.
Specifically with Vosik Shanks, it can
Right.
be
やばそうだった
really
ら
tricky.
避難してくださいね。
As you can see, they just pop out of nowhere.
私は大丈夫ですけど。
Jump scare.
I think part of what makes Shanks so difficult is just because the explosive Shanks are so unpredictable. They almost feel like they're
アーカイ
players.
ブありますからね。
Like they'll hide on a side until you come over there. They'll try to flank you. They'll try to wait
後
to
で
flank you,
アーカイブ残りますか
Or
ら。
sometimes they'll just sit on the side for
Yeah,
a
they'll sit
minute,
on the
and then they'll
side.
come ambush you in the middle.
and then they'll sit there while you're trying to throw a bomb, and then you're gonna try to eat their damage and then throw the bomb. But then, right as you throw it, then they're like, "Oh, it's game time."
Especially when you're locked in that bomb animation, it's just over.
Yeah, like one guy's over here right now. Get away from me.
As you can see, the last two times he's punched a Shank, he has not gotten overshield, so not a great look.
Does anyone know how much money I owe?
Huh?
Does anyone know how much money I owe? How many
あ
robots
ー、
he's
の
punched
HP が
in the
低
face?
くなっ
Not
て、
sure.
さらに雑魚
Hopefully
に
we'll have a
挙
count
動
at the end.
自爆するタイプの敵が増えてる
It's。somewhere between $8,000 and $9,000.
Oh boy.
全部同じってわけじゃなくて、
Did give it to me that time, thankfully.
やっぱそう。
Even though there's nothing around me to where I would need it, but it's okay.
減ってくると敵の挙動も増えると。広いやつ。
This last rotation here for
All right, I think we're gonna kind of let Jubb focus
Yeah,
on
we gotta
killing
lock it.
here. He's got one more bomb phase.
やばいな。ただ、さっきの雑魚はいなくなってて、あれだけになってるような感じですね。
gotta use them
千葉で
chain
死んでる
cannons
よ。
there.
千葉の人は
Right here is gonna be pretty crucial.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little bit more difficult to get that overshield he usually gets. Oh, okay.
大町の指示に従って危険だったら、安全なところに避難してくださいね。
Clutch overshield. Nice. Now he doesn't need to do as much damage as last time. He just needs clearable damage here.
さあ、最後の DPS チェック。これで
It's looking good. All right, well done,
終
Jubb.
わり。
Oh man! Yeah, all right.
For context, that's very, very few players have been able to do that. I don't know how many Vosik solos there have been, but it's definitely single
I
digits.
believe there's 9 in total.
9 total.
お見
by
事。
unique players.
Yeah.
Good to know. There's only been
あ
4
また
players
な
ever
ん
to
か
solo
隙間に
Falls
挟
around.
ま
Dub's done
っ
it 5
て
times.
モードを押して壁を抜けましたね。
Just to cut some distance.
あー裏の世界に
Mhm.
入っております。
If by the cat you mean the siege engine?
Not going to see some robots for a while, unfortunately. Or actually, fortunately, I should say. I ate them.
Unfortunately, we don't have to deal with the blink. We
Yeah.
won't have another blink incident, huh, Jubb?
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Such convenient.
あーステージの壁を抜けてるのはステージとステージの間にアスレチックもあるんですけど、それをすっ飛ばしてると。
A path through
な
the
るほ
jungle.
ど。今走ってるのは多分
I don't believe
そのア
this.
スレチック部分ですね。
No, Jubb, I know you really needed the loot, but I do have to say you missed a couple secret chests.
Oh, I did
right
miss some
there.
chests. Oh, that's okay. I'll get this one in the pipe.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the grandpa skates. I'm so sorry. You have to watch
This is
this.
why we call him the Warlock
That's
Vostok
Rika.
Grandpa right here.
At least you're getting some fresh air now.
All right, we're approaching. Don't want to spoil it too much, but
Oh, I'm gonna
the
spoil
only cutscene in the Destiny 1 raid is this encounter right here.
He said my thing.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, you stole
I
Corey.
stole it from him.
Like that was the one thing he had prepared for today. You just robbed him of it.
You reminded me. I'm sorry.
なんかちょっと死にそうになってる。
I guess we can go over this encounter while we're waiting here. So pretty much, the goal of this encounter is that big.
This is the
warship.
siege engine.
That's the siege engine right
And it's
there.
gonna come
Kondo
right
wa-
at us, and we
Right.
gotta
その
destroy
目
the
の前
two
にある
turrets.
あいつ
And
がボスか。
once those are destroyed, this thing will open. We gotta destroy that as well. And then once that is destroyed, it'll break down this wall, and there will be a ship of enemies dropping off some parts to try to repair it, and then we are going to kill them and repair it ourselves.
We're hijacking the
Yeah,
ship
we're-
to
yeah,
take
we're-
over the
シー
wall.
ジエンジンっていう大型ボスを倒すステージ。
I always wanted a wall.
But the thing about the parts is that you can only hold it for 10 seconds, and you move really slow, and then after those 10 seconds are up, it makes you drop it, and you can't pick up another one for 10 seconds. So this is the first encounter where we're actually going to need a real mechanical workaround, and we're going to make it so that we can hold the parts indefinitely.
Right. So over here, just with this first part, typically you're not allowed to go on top of this,
変
but
なところに飛んで
Why not?
上に乗っ
there's
て
ways you can get up there, and it's really convenient.
But you can
砲
be
台
like
を切っ
right
てい
at
ま
the
す。
top front here, and you'll be
ま
fine.
ず砲台を壊してるね。
I mean, there's a railing on it.
Someone's up there.
So
これ
usually, if
正
you
規
were
ルー
to
ト
walk
か
like on the rest of the
これ正規ルート
it would
か
shock
なんか悪いこと
you.
してないか
It's not necessarily a death barrier, but it's an embarrassment on the rest of it. So by killing the 3 turrets in the
さっ
middle,
きの
the
塔
two
乗った
turrets
時
in the
点で
middle
なんかお
thing,
かしいなっ
it
て
gets
思っ
rid of
たん
that
ですけど
environmental
これ
hazard
ズル
and
してる
allows
な
you to step wherever you want.
I knew I had the wrong shotgun on. Okay. I was like, man, this thing is slow.
Do you have your PvP one on?
No, I had the Vosik one on with a lot of range, so I could
Gotcha.
shotgun and add.
Makes sense. Smart.
本来6人で雑魚処理しつつスナイパーライフルとか削るボスやつですね。
Typically,
う
you can
ん、アッシュバがあるからしょうがない。
and then you have to drop it and sit there and clear out for 10 seconds. However, the thing that makes this encounter by far the easiest on Titan
あ、なんか
specifically,
ボス
I guess it's pretty easy on Hunter as well,
船みたいなのが
but
出てきた。
versus Warlock at
っていっ
least
て
is
全部来
you
て
can
ます
pop your
ね。
super like he's doing right now, and because of the way the game identifies your item slots, you are allowed
雑
to
魚
pick
処
up
理
the
し
part
て
and carry it wherever you want.
あ
So
と
right
キ
now
を
I
持
have
ち
it
ました
in my pocket, quote unquote.
Yeah, we call it part glitch, part pocket. There's a lot of different names for it.
So I'm just gonna take it right over, and then I'm gonna press. When I press Y, it's gonna make me pull it out, and there it is. Ta-da!
Big
なん
pockets.
か
So we basically just have to
何をしてる
kill
ん
the
だ
ads, get our super again, and then do that for the other parts.
また
The
離れ
way
て
it's been explained to me and the way I understand it
雑魚処理
is basically how it works is the game has 4 item slots
悪いこと
for
して
you,
る
the character. You have your primary, your secondary, and your heavy weapon.
今悪い
And
こ
it
とし
gives
て
you
たの
one additional slot for like a relic or like some
Where is
sort
this
of
guy?
item. That's unfortunate.
What is happening?
Oh, that was close.
He's a ninja.
Sorry. So essentially, by popping your super and picking up the part as your super ends, having the super counts as your item slot. And by picking up a part while your super is going away, that animation cancels the item pickup and allows you to pick
さあ
it
ま
up
た
because
殴りに行く
the
構
game
え。
just forgets that there was ever an
本来
animation.
離れたとこからパーツを護衛してもらいながら運ぶセッションなんですけど、ガン無視して1個突っ込みました。
There's so many people who've played this
なん
raid that
か
are
どっ
going,
かから持ってきたのか今。
you can just take it
ど
back
っか
there.
ら持ってきた
That's
そ
a
れ。
pretty, especially when doing with newer players, that's definitely a big
え
wow. How are you
で
moving
さ
so
っきの
fast?
でかいものは持つとめっちゃゆっくり歩くんですが、ウルト中にでかいものを拾うとインベントリの中に入ると、ウルト中にそのでかいものを拾った時にインベントリの中に入ると普通の移動スピードで運べると。
You are making me scared.
今重いものを運んでるんですけど悪いことをして
So hypothetically speaking,
高速
if you
で
were to
運んで
say,
るんだこれ。よく見る。
perish during these moments,
運んでるように見えないけど。
every time you have to start this
No, so
なるほど。
it's not a checkpoint system, so he would just have to restart the siege engine part.
今これ悪いことしてるんだ。
We're not out of the woods, but we see the light just because we killed Bot.
Is it that big
Oh,
light there?
literally, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like
ウ
that.
ルトが消える瞬間に拾うと拾いアニメーションがキャンセルして普通に運ぶ。
Encounter is over.
3 encounters down, 2 more to go.
Is it okay if I chime in with the dono quick?
Absolutely.
ahead.
All right, because we had a $500 donation.
面白い。
Core Fox.
面白いバグだ。
Speaking of the skill that Jubb Jubb has on display for us right now, Core Fox is also blown away. They say, my mind is being blown right now. Shout outs to my Destiny friends, Junkyard and Jose, and big shout outs to Shovel on the back couch right now. Let's get this. And we also get a $50 donation from Gail and Bob that says, I guess if Archie isn't available to pet, I'll
持
donate
っ
for
て
the
るけど
cat.
拾った判定になってないので
Shout
普通に送る。
out to the Eyes Up Guardian. And speaking of that pet the cat incentive, we're currently looking at $1,829 to go, everybody. We can make that happen.
It's easy. Hit it up, everyone.
Shout out to my cats.
All right, we're gonna drop here.
So,
Now, normally you couldn't go too far ahead
下に降りて
until this chest spawns, or
今
else
度は
if
何
you
が
go
入
too
っ
far
て
ahead,
るか
the encounter will wipe you.
There was actually a fiasco about that. Was it in the world's first hard mode raid?
Yeah.
Oh,
they
shit.
went too far ahead and they wiped them, and they're like,
終わったの
I
か。
don't know if it was one of the teams.
終わりましたか。
competing for the world's first
あ
hard
ー
mode
落ちて
raid.
く。
All of them, since they knew what to do here, all of them ran ahead really quick, and it wiped them and it made them restart this encounter. So that was a big thing that happened.
クリア後恒例の壁抜けはするのかな。
okay, I'm gonna get this chest.
なんか壁の間にはまりましたね。これは悪いことしそうな予感がしない。
The best
いや、普通に残ってますね。
Yeah.
Wow, this is like extra secret.
あ、普通に言ってますね。
Wanna get it?
Oh,
なんか拾って。
You've already gotten it this week,
Ah.
so you know your items
普
are
通にやってます
Oh,
ね。
yeah.
His items are full.
Yeah, you get so many engrams doing this. I am yeah,
full
we're-
on loot.
もう普通に言ってるの
got
が
some clean up to do. So we're
びっくり
gonna
するレベル。
jump over that hole. You see the new mission. That is
Yeah.
a trigger we have to hit.
いや
So that now we
壁に
can-
入った。これはダメだ。悪いことした。
Through the wall. Yes. See that,
悪いこと
this
した。
transition, this is what, 3 to 4 transition? Or I guess if you don't count opening encounter, 2 to 3 transition.
した
You
ね。
would, I guess we'll talk about what he just did.
Oh
just
yeah,
there.
power slide.
So that is a power slide. There is an item in this game. It's an artifact. It's called the Felwinter's Memory Felwinter. And what it does is it actually takes away your super and gives you 2 of each of your other
ボス
abilities.
か。この正八面体っぽ
That's
いの
pretty cool. But what it allows you to do is with the Fist of
は
Havoc
関係な
super,
い。
with
Oh.
the Death from Above perk equipped, it'll send you flying through the air, usually in like a controlled speed. However, if you cancel your super mid animation, it will send you with about 10 times the speed it normally does, allowing you to carry momentum
あ
extremely
次
quickly.
の
This skybox is gorgeous, by the way.
Right.
We can use some
Such
donations.
Much wow.
Absolutely, I get you covered. We got a $50 donation from Mistress of Decay that says, donating on behalf of my husband. He's too busy touching grass with his raid team to watch, so I'll kick towards the Destiny goal.
Needs a team to
Nice.
touch grass.
We also got a $20.10 donation from iPeach that says
決戦のフィールドっぽいところに来ましたね。
$20.10 for our new 2010 light cap in Destiny 2. Absolutely had to donate for my favorite raid in all of Destiny done by a single person. It's no small task. Axis hype!
Which, speaking of Axis, this is Laroom Stark, the counter triggers right here. But
ラ
you
ス
see
ボ
our
ス
objective here is to destroy the
ア
Siva
クシ
source.
スアルコン
The
プライ
Siva
ム
source is going to
戦
be these red Siva diamond things. And we're going to see them in rounds. The first round we're going to see 2, the second round we're going to see 3, and the third round we're going to see 7. And after we kill some ads, there's going to be elemental cannons or elemental captains that spawn in each lane, left, middle, and right. And after you kill those captains, you're also going to see elemental servitors come out
あ
of them.
と
And you
EST
have to
は
match the
55分ほど
cannons
余
with
裕
the
が
servitors
ありますけれども
to kill them to drop bombs, and we use the bombs to destroy the cores.
だいぶ余裕
Just to
が
expand on what he was saying.
ありそう
So
ですね。
he's about to kill this
それとも
captain
他
over
に
here,
何
and
か
I
あるの
believe that's the arc cannon.
Yep.
So
Out of
typically
this
he would
window,
use
we have the void
that arc
servitor.
cannon.
ああ、ここのリミックはすごい厄介。
Arc server.
Yep. And
Killing
it's
that
going to be
server will cause a bomb to
あ
spawn.
あ、
be
ま
the
がま
left
がしいのがいますね。
So if you see the debuff on the left side of my screen, charge lockout, this prevents us from being able to throw bombs, which is kind of important if we want to do this, I would think. So we have
今回の
two
リミックは
workarounds for this, one being, you know, a temporary solution, one being more permanent, but the permanent one does take a lot longer to set up. So we are going to opt for this more temporary one first here. So basically, we're going to take the last shot of the cannon. Instead of dropping it or releasing the trigger, we're going to pop the Fist of Havoc super, and the charge lockout will not refresh, allowing us to pick up this bomb.
なんか
And I
拾
know
っ
there's 2 cores here,
て、
so
キャプテンっていう雑魚から属性キャノンを奪って対応する丸っこい敵に打ち込んで倒す。
now for the more permanent solution, you see me picking up and dropping the
起動
cannon.
する丸っこい敵に打ち込んで倒す。
There's a lot more to it that Illumini can explain, but pretty much the premise of it is you pick it up and you drop it, the game gives up and stops refreshing it,
陣取って、
which we will see here in just a moment.
何してんだこれ。
But only if there's any Celestial
ちゃ
sponsored
んなんか
cannon
武
glitch
器を
explanations.
置いたり拾ったりしてる。
So I don't think anybody,
暇なのかな。
or at least
それともなんか
from what
悪い
I've
ことしてるの
heard,
か。
nobody knows for sure what causes this glitch. But the working theory right now
もう
is
暇ですか。
by picking up the cannon and dropping it, it will give you charge
属性
lockout.
キャノンを拾っておい
But
てを
by
繰り返
picking
し
it up
て
and
残
keep
してい
dropping
る
it。one more time, it doesn't refresh charge
ああ、なるほ
lockout.
ど。
It
時
actually
間で
gives
消え
you
ちゃうん
another
で
charge、lockout.
拾い直すことで、その時間を伸ばしているんです。
The game, we don't really know, but it
ボ
runs.
タンは
it
置い
must
たまま
run
だ
out
と
of
時間がで
memory
消え
for
る
some。sort,
なる
and
ほ
it
ど、
just
無駄
stops
な
giving you charge lockout. So
動きじゃなか
there
ったん
is-
だ。
there
完
is a
全に
better
これも
explanation,
ちゃん
but
と
there
した
really
動きだ
isn't.
と。
Nobody knows exactly for
う
sure.
ん
Could we ask Bungie?
We could, but then they patch it.
Yeah, we don't want them to know.
We don't want
got time
that.
for
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. So, from what I know, a lot of the glitches that we currently work with right now, they were known for a long time. Like since the game was still moderated and controlled by Bungie. However, the people that knew them kind of had a gentleman's agreement and decided not to share half of them until Bungie went to D2. Now we can use them all in all these cool speedruns, which was a pretty smart move in my opinion.
Yes, thank you for doing that because this raid is fun.
本来そのキャノンをキャプテンを222の3分で割り振ってた。
7.
ああ、2
We
人ず
do
つ。
have 2 side double potentials, so that we only need 5 bombs.
A lot of the cores here, yes, there's 7 cores,
それ
but
と
like
さ
you
っ
said,
き
you
の
only need a
チ
certain
ャ
amount
ー
of
ジロ
bombs
ックアウ
because
ト
you
は
can hit
爆弾が
multiple
拾え
cores
ない
with
ら
a
しい
single
の
bomb
で、
pretty easily.
そのキャノンを拾
Especially
っ
after
て
you
捨
burn
ててでチャージロッ
Classic
クダウン
works
無理や
smarter,
り
not
蹴る。
harder.
Exactly. That's what I live by.
If only the game would do that.
How precise are these throws that he has to?
Pretty precise.
Pretty precise, but not pixel precise.
Yeah, not pixel perfect, but it's pretty hard.
左にデバフがあって、
Especially to do them quick enough to clear the encounter in time. It's definitely a lot of practice. It took me quite a while to get them down.
I'm just waiting for the ad to fill up.
デ
so
バ
that
フ
they
を無
don't
理やり消してる
respawn
のか。
when I kill him. You're wondering why I'm waiting.
Right, so unlike a lot of encounters in this game, this encounter has almost nothing to do with how many ads you kill, and the
あ
captains
とは
just
属
spawn
性に
after
対
certain
応する
points.
丸っ
So
こい
you
敵
can
が
just
ランダムで湧くので、ボイチャーで連携しながらどこに湧いたぞって言ってキャノン持ちが倒しに行くっていうギミックが本来。
Because the ads, they have a spawn cap, so once that fills up, they just sit there, and you just
それ
keep
を
killing them
今
all
ワン
at
オ
once.
ペでやっています。
And the game's pretty generous here. It gives you time to kill everything, or it doesn't give you time to kill everything, but it doesn't respawn them once the mechanic phase starts. Once the captain spawns, it stops spawning ads completely. Aside from the servers that you need to complete the encounter, obviously.
I almost garrisoned off the map. That was close.
キャノンにデバフがついてるので
That
消すために
YOLO
も
bomb,
拾い直しが重要なん
All
ですね
good. Oh,
we can still
we hit
recover
this
this
left
though.
double. We'll be all right. Because this is solar.
All right, looks like we're going to be good here. Do we want to talk about how there's no longer a U on screen?
Oh yeah, that's kind of a side effect, is that you'll kind of be like in first person, you'll be missing certain parts of you, like my legs will probably be missing. Let's see.
It's a product of the memory overload, or like the game running out of memory, like I talked about before. It just stops loading half your stuff. Now, sometimes in this next encounter, that can become a major issue, because eventually you're going to get a buff.
丸っこいのと
called-
さっきのボールを落とすので
What is it?
対応した場所に
Axis
当てられる
empowerment?
当てる
I don't know exactly what it is. It's just empowerment. Sometimes, if you've had the cannon glitch for long enough, it just won't give you
装
empowerment, which
備を
means
ま
you
た
can't
い
continue
じ
the
っ
encounter.
So
て
we're actually going to reset our cannon glitch by doing one
ま
more.
た壁抜けした
And we're actually going
別
to
に
hit
第一
the
段階の
floating
クリアしたの
allies.
で次の場所に行くんですね壁抜け
It's
して
going to respawn us at the start. Like so.
Now, what that does, that
で第二
just
形態
clears, like he said, it resets his cannon glitch. It resets his character, or the game's memory for his character, which allows him, yes, he has to do the cannon glitch again, but it's gonna
be
clear up a
lasting.
lot of the issues that it would
We're gonna-
normally cause.
We're going to be empowered.
でま
The
た
damage
隅
isn't
っ
tight, so.
こで固まって
But now it's Shanks, non-explosive Shanks. So this is
ああ
actually
そ
pretty easy.
右側に湧いてきたからああここがあれなのか雑魚敵打ちやすいのか
There you go.
Twitch chat, there will be a test at the end of this.
So some pretty important things to note here. What Jubb's using is he has thermite grenades on and the melting point melee. So the thermite grenade is not only great for general ag clear, but it is probably it is the highest damage grenade in Destiny 1. Especially if you have a big boss like Axis, he has a large base, which means the thermite grenade is going to when you throw it along the ground, it does several bursts upwards, as you can see. And each one of those bursts upwards is a
さっ
separate
きのギ
damage
ミッ
tick.
クに第2形態第2段階はさっきのギミックにボスがアクティブになって動き回って攻撃してくる
Meaning you're doing a lot of
あ
damage.
ついにボスが攻撃してくるよ
Also, he's not supposed to look like this. This is just a result of hitting that joining allies.
Yes,
He'll,
that is not a normal
今
Axis.
拾い直してデバフと
But that red Siva vein
デ
thing
バ
is
フ
going
を
to stay there
消
the
し
whole time.
に行
But
き
it's not supposed to. But it is going to.
武器を
Just interrupted his swimming
長持
lessons,
ちさせていると
clearly.
これで
Look, Ma, I'm doing it.
We have time for some donations, by the way.
Absolutely, I get you covered. We had a $10 donation from It's Me, Hawkeye G. And they say such an incredible lineup of games and commentaries.
チャージロックアウトのデバフを無理やりに消しています
You
と
continues to bring out the best in everyone. Thank you, Hawkeye G, and everybody. We are at $651,000 for MSF. Give it up for yourself.
俺は今消えるまで待ってるんですこの
Like I said
今
earlier, it's
左
only
画面
Wednesday.
左の方に
We got a whole
赤い
marathon to go, and I know we're just getting warmed
な
up.
デバフのようなものが出てるんです
Now,
けど
another
も
thing I
これ
just
が
did,
今
um,
30秒ぐらい
so
つい
notice
て
I have a second melee
それを
charge,
消している
and a
ところなん
second
で
grenade
す
charge,
で
on the
今
way.
デバフ
But
が
I still
消
have
え
my super.
て
That is a byproduct of cannon glitch. If you put on the memory of Fellwinter at the right time, you will get your extra grenade in melee without actually losing your super.
この光の柱に乗るのも大事で今のに乗っていないと即
Two
死
grenades and two melees is always nice. Now, if you notice the Simmering Flames buff he has on the left of his screen, that's a perk on the Sunbreaker subclass. And essentially, when his super is full, I believe he gains a 50% ability increase or regen increase. So it's very nice for this boss fight. All right, so now we're done with the burning the first phase to get cannon glitch. We're going to move on to the actual mechanics.
それも
Now
そ
it's
う
the
だ
exact
6 人
same
の
as
仕
last
事を1人でや
encounter,
っているんだ
except
から
instead of throwing at nodes, he's going to be throwing the bombs at the boss to break his shield. That is pretty much the only
本来
noticeable
6人でや
difference.
る仕事を今1人でやってるんで
We've
す
come
これ
full circle.
Before damage. Damage is obviously different, but
There we go. I was not empowered. I was
強
getting
すぎ
a
て
little
まるで
concerned.
現実みたい
It was
Yeah,
literally
you
the first
notice-
ちょ
round.
っとその現
that's
実
what we were
ちょっ
talking
と
about
怖いです
earlier,
ね
the byproduct of cannon glitch not being empowered sometimes. Sometimes it just happens at weird times.
I think this might be where where I say the line, "This has never happened before." It probably has, but
Definitely.
I want to say it anyway.
Now, real quick before Jubb goes to damage, Axis is going to teleport 3 times and give him 8 seconds of damage each time he teleports. Jubb needs to go slam his back by dunking his empowerment to stop him from just ending the phase. So, as you can see here, he's about to do it. So, Axis teleports to the left, and he's going to do as much damage as he can before slamming his back and blocking the teleport.
Those count as punches, by the way.
眩しい
You are
な
in fact punching a robot.
DPS チェックの時間で
Right now, as you can see, the yellow damage numbers, that means Jubb's utilizing a debuff, which is his melee. His melee is melting point. It gives a 50% debuff to the boss, meaning you deal
ゴリゴリ
50%
ゴリ押してる
increased
感が
damage when
あ
the
る
target is
ボス
debuffed.
のバリアを入ったらボスがワープして DPS チェックになります
If you play D2 at all, you'll be very familiar with debuffs and buffs, probably, but
5分の1ぐらいか
more rare in Destiny 1 to come across a lot of those different build crafting options.
まだ行く
Now, as you can see, Jubb's really utilizing the cannon here for damage
近
instead
距
of
離でキャノン
ammo.
撃っておる
That's because, for whatever reason, the cannons just do a lot of damage. They really
3
just do
分
more
の
than
1ぐらい行った
anything.
かな
The thermites do probably a little more, but the cannons are really a really good ammo efficiency option for damage.
It's free real estate.
Exactly, for real estate.
All right, that is
このキャノンすげえダメージ入るのでありがたいですね
looking pretty good.
So as you can see in the back of the room there, Jubb's
あ
standing
ま
on
た
that
装備
plate.
変え
Those
て
raised pillars. Each one of those pillars represents one more wipe phase he can survive. He burned the first one to get the
ああ
cannon
なるほ
glitch
どね
because it takes
あれ
time.
が即死なんです
And he
ね
just burned the second one after the first damage phase, which means he has 2 more plates to use, so 3 more damage phases pretty much.
The
で
music
また
restarted
雑
over
魚
here.
処理が始まって
Speaking of Eyes Up, this song is actually called Eyes Up by Michael Salvatore.
Good to know.
I feel inspired and
He got
determined.
fired. Oh. Shout out Bungie drama.
Got a couple donations you can probably
基本キャノンを出させる丸っこいのを倒す丸っこいのからボールを得てボスにぶつけてバリアを剥ぐというのが一連の流れですねあとこれを多分2回繰り返せばクリアですね
The cat love is really coming in. We are almost at $1,100 to go to unlock that pet the cat incentive. But I have to ask, where the dogs at? Because I'm a dog owner, and although I love cats, we got PB on Thursday night for Ken Griffey Jr.'s winning run. I know you want to see that. Can we get some love for dogs in our donos?
This room is going to be full for that run.
We saw him practicing, was it yesterday?
2 days
Gonna
ago, I think.
Gonna be awesome. That is a good boy.
So originally, this boss fight, when it was first soloed, the Warlock subclass, or sorry, the Warlock class in this game has a subclass that allows you to self-revive. So that sounds really broken, and it is
お
sometimes.
また DPS チェッ
But
ク
what
か
they would use it for is
始まりました
after they took
DPS
down
チェ
all
ッ
3
ク
bombs, or they kill all 3 of the servitors, they
超
would
眩しい
kill themselves and self-revive, which would allow
うん
them
ま
to
たキャ
clear
ノン
their
拾
charge
って
lockout and throw
半
all
分
3
切りま
bombs
した
once
よ
again. Now that we have cannon glitch, that's no longer needed, but that was just the original way this is done.
半分切ったってことは多分この
And it's still
次
done
また
today,
挙動が
but
変わる
mostly
んだ
for novelty.
Just for goofs.
Yeah, it's just if you have
さ
nothing
あ
else
こ
to do,
れ
it's
で
a it's a
3
fun
分の
way to do
1
the
を切れる
encounter.
か
But for anything speedrun or competitive, this is definitely the way you would do the encounter on a Titan with cannon glitch.
We're serious business here.
Exactly.
Businessman.
Oh, would you just say this is a big metal spider? What are we,
I think you can call it a robot.
Yeah, you can definitely call it a robot.
This one's a robot.
I'm not a big lore guy, but I'm pretty sure he's like made himself like 100% machine or something.
I thought we were
うん
playing
あと
Doom
1
Eternal.
回ぐらいですねこれは
I thought we were watching Wild Wild West.
いやまだ続ける
Whoa, us Destiny players, we don't reference other games.
これで終わりかこれでまた光るところに入って即死攻撃を避けてその間に装備を変えて
Nick 286 gives us $50 with no comment. Thank you very much, Nick, for that donut.
ダン
Nick.
And then on the opposite end, we had Anonymous with a
最後の
$50 dono, and they said, since I have no pets of my own, I must pet all other cats. And we are almost reaching $1,000 to unlock that Pet the Cat incentive. We are making great progress. Thank you so much, everyone, for those donos.
何言ってるんだあれ
And just real quick, so
何
as
も
you
な
noticed, you
なん
may
だ
have
あれ
noticed, I don't
柱
know
を
if
打
you
って
did
る
notice, but during those dono announcements, he was standing on the plate and he started switching his armor around. And for whatever reason, switching your armor will actually help a lot with the issues I mentioned before with the cannon glitch, causing you not to become empowered. So I'm not sure exactly why. I don't know if anybody does, but switching your armor equals good.
Yeah, like it like removes part of the cannon glitch almost.
Yeah, it sets you back, but you're already so far ahead that it's good.
Basically,
Oh,
every
cool.
cannon would just disappear. You know, harder to get
う
hit.
ん
Right.
We need some more donations.
Absolutely, I get you covered. We have a $5 donation from Zora Master
攻撃やばいな
He's donating for my 16-year-old cat Sassafras, or Frass of the Fat Cat Sass. Pet that cat, but not for too long. It might bite. We had a $25 donation from Anonymous that says, must pet the cat. And we are almost 80% of the way there, $1,000 to go, making great progress.
体力が減ってすごい攻撃が苛烈になっていますね
We have $1,000? Easy peasy.
Right. I think there's like 60K people watching.
Coming from mostly a dog person.
You're gonna make Jubb nervous. Relax.
お DPS チェック始まったこれで最後の DPS チェックだい
Can I
け
get a for you? Yep. All right. Suddenly, Onions gives a $10 donation that says, Jubb Jubb is the best, and he runs the game Destiny, moving so speedily. I can barely keep up. Just me? He's smashing it easily. Chat's going wild, and we love MSF, you see? Such a great charity. So let us extend the glee. Reach for Yosemite.
これで何タイマー
Fill
スト
all
ッ
the
プ
bars so we get some more GDQ. Thank you.
Final stand.
All right, so we're hitting final stand here.
さあさらに撃つ
This is the final part of the encounter.
で撃って撃ちまくる
He saved a cannon for it, so it should be pretty easy to kill here. Well done, Jubb.
お
There we
い
go.
った
Wrath of the
いっ
machine.
たグッドゲームタイマーも止まりました
The timer's gonna end at once the mission complete comes on the screen. And time.
GG.
ゲー
Insane.
相当余裕がありましたね EST1 時間45分に対し1時間10分ほどで終わりました
Yep. All right, and sounds like we're
い
gonna be able to
や
have time
ー
to
ワン
do
オペ
one more thing because we did finish
お
early.
見
The
事
time
で
block
す
was a bit longer just because as
多
you
分
can
リ
see,
トライも加味して結構余分に時間を設定していたんですね
time for one more thing, and I'm going to show you guys hard mode access. Now every raid has a normal mode
ん
and a
なん
hard
か
mode
するんすか
difficulty.
ね
Usually, you know, you have your
何をするのかな
enemies have more health, they do more damage, they behave more aggressively, which you'll definitely notice in the captains. They
これからハードモードやるらしい
But the big change from normal mode to
ハー
hard
ド
mode
モード
access
やる
is that now instead of 3 bombs to break his shield, it now takes 7 in the same amount of time.
ハードモードのアクシスをやる。
We gotta get a move on. Now he will also look normal since we're loading up.
なんですって
How many people have soloed this?
We have a spreadsheet. It's probably about like less than 20, I think.
さっきのはノーマルモードです。
But still definitely.
This
This
is
is
definitely good.
何を言ってるんです
probably
か
like my favorite thing. So it's not. It's hard. It's not too hard, and I think it looks fun.
You got my expectations up with hard mode.
Yep.
It is. There's mechanic changes, so watch out for those.
We actually have to use a higher impact scout rifle so we can actually one-shot the shank still.
ハードモードだといろいろ敵が強くなり丸っこい敵の数が3倍に増えます。
Seeing that I actually have a cap on how much ammo I can get versus D2.
待ってください。ちょっと待ってください。それはやばいですよね。
As you can see, that captain almost cooked him alive.
3爆弾から7爆弾。爆弾が7つに増える。
Do not want what you're selling. Yeah, everything hurts. Everything hurts. Everything hurts a lot.
一体奏者さんの何がそうさせたんすか
I love that none of the enemies just care. What is he doing there?
なんでこんな
Yeah,
こと
so
を
like I said before, once the mechanics start on these two axes, axis phase 1 and axis phase 2, it doesn't actually spawn any more enemies. So if he waits long enough and then kills all the shanks on his side, he won't have to deal with them on that side until the next phase.
ボールをぶつけてバリアを剥ぐのが3個だったんですけど、ハードだと7個になります。実質 2.3 倍ぐらい。
That close. Yeah, if you. That is.
やべえぞ。
Yep. That is my
man.
friend filling up the inventory over his phone with found verdicts.
そっか。やっぱりあれなんだな。仕事っていうのは一人でできると分かってしまったら仕事量が増えてしまうんだ
We
な。
do like ourselves a found verdict. I might be able to show you the.
まだできるよね。
He has, I think,
ダーンっていうか
66.
仕事が増える。
I don't know what his problem is, but he actually noticed when So I have.
お、15分でやると。
And then I took another one out to put the range on it for Vazik, and he noticed it was missing. He asked me where
で
the.
もこのボスのハードをクリアした人が20人いる。
I was like, you are sick in the head.
Clearly, you found them. They were just there.
I guess we can go over real quick. So we were talking about the Chloric Dragon earlier, the rocket launcher he's using for Vasek, and the reason he needs a different account for this solo is because that rocket launcher is
ハ
so
ードソロ
incredibly
クリア
rare
者
right
20
now,
人しかいな
or
い。
at
そのう
least
ち
in
の
this
一人っ
current
てことで
patch
す
of the
ね。
game,
そうだ
that anybody that gets it, their account like instantly becomes one of the, like it's just one of the only ways to easily solo Vasek with that rocket launcher. Or not, I wouldn't say easily, but
Yeah,
much easier.
If you I remember when I said I had found that video titled Solo Flawless Wrath of Machine in 2021, I've spent all of my legendary marks exclusively on heavy engrams since then, and I have not gotten one on my main account.
20人しかいない。い
The
や
reason,
20人も
like
い
he
る。
just said, he spends all his legendary marks on it.
これができるのは20人もいると。
So the rocket launcher itself has a higher than average amount of perks on it,
Oh, that's not good.
which makes it hard to get the roll you want.
This isn't.
ああよく同人ゲームではクリアできるか試してませんっていうか、そもそもこの
Looks like we're gonna eat a
こ
bit.
のレードがですね、6人でやるやつなんです。
Unfortunately, I have to get
そもそもがこれ6人でやるやつなんですよ。 1人で1人でやるもんじゃないんですよ。6人でやるやつなんですよ。
more plates, so I'm not getting a 7.
The damage potential for the Titan class here is so high on Axis that you can get away with eating one plate and you can just 3-phase. So he still has plenty of potential to still clear here.
We can hear a donation or two.
Absolutely, get you covered. We got a $25 donation from Plastic Zaku that says, hype to see Talos 2 shown off. Pet the Cat, save Melville's workshop. And with that $25 donation, they've entered them in to win one very awesome Destiny-related prize, which is a $25 minimum donation.
それでもだいぶパターン化してますね。
Collector's edition. So if you're enjoying this run,
確かに
you wanna
敵も
get
硬
some
くなってる
Destiny
し。
play in, $25 minimum donation will enter you
え
to win that prize.
ボス1人でハードクリアは20人。さっきのレイド1人で最初から最後までクリアする人は9人。
Yeah, they hurt, and they know what to do. They know to just shoot me instead of trying
That
to melee
left
me.
captain does not mess around.
It's okay. We'll hit a 7 this time.
All right, looks like we probably have time for one more try
う
here.
ん、やり直しか。
Anyway, back to the collector's edition.
Yeah.
まあ時間結構余裕があるので
More
ね。
donos in?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
have a lot of time.
30分余裕があるの
We've
で
got a
EST 的に。
$50 donation from JJ that says, pet that cat. And we are only $789 away from
もう
unlocking
存
the
分
incentive.
ワンオペさせてもらうということで
Making
しょう
some。great progress. And we also had a $5 donation from Cat Dad that says, my daughter is giving me the
そうじゃん。
cat eyes and saying,
9
"You
人
have
ってこ
to
とはナイツ・オブ・ラウンド
donate
じ
for
ゃ
the
ん。
cat." So this one's for her.
違うそれ。
What can I
ナイツ・
say?
オブ・ラウンド9人だっ
No
け
questioning. One more, why not?
Yeah, one more.
Absolutely.
We can have like a bunch right now.
Yeah, so we had a $250
12
donation
だ。
from W12, and they say first-time donor had to donate for one of my favorite games. Good luck to the runner.
I'm waiting for some donations that got a number with the punches. You guys know? Because I honestly don't.
I think we're gonna need to review some footage for that number.
I'll just
I won't
round
lie.
up. It's fine.
Jubb, do you know who the first person to do this was on hard mode?
Axis Bake.
Axis Bake.
Yep. Conveniently enough, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, we got a lot of canonically correct names in the community right now. We have Vosik the Archpriest. We have Axis Bake. Because he likes to bake Axis, of course.
Sounds reasonable.
As you do.
Axis Bake's also one of the people that have soloed Vosik. He's done solo follows, correct?
Yeah, he was the first to do solo Vosik and solo Flawless. So that was pretty hype time. in the
石
community,
が
I
飛
would
ん
say.
でく
I
る。
agree. I was there. Definitely exciting.
So that's an instant wipe if you are not on one of those towers?
Correct.
Well,
in
actually-
like a little asterisk in Cannon Glitch, sometimes you'll survive it. Sometimes you won't. It kind of depends on how far in it you are.
So yeah, if you were to have cannon glitch, and then not do any armor swaps for a little bit, and
So,
like you said, like
こう
be super far
ボ
into
スの
cannon glitch,
ボスの間に柱が
sometimes the game
なかなか
would
いい
just
位置な
not kill you.
あの
You would that doesn't mean
場
you
所
would
が
have any extra
開けて
phases. It would still
視界
kill
が
you
開け
even
て
if you
か
have
つボ
plates
スの
left
攻
after
撃を
5
受
phases.
けられる いい位置な
And
の
it's really not consistent enough to rely on, so you won't see it unless it's like a skin of your teeth moment, like that type of thing.
Measures your level of determination.
The thing is, Axis comes up with a shield after he doesn't want you to damage him anymore, so there's not really any point to staying late. So it's not the most useful thing either.
Plenty of time to get out.
Yeah, you have a lot of time to, I wouldn't say a lot of time, but you have plenty of time to grab a few bricks of ammo and then go to the plate and swap some armor. So.
Oh, stupid shank. Oh, I picked up the cannon again. It's alright, no 7, but we'll not die this time.
Hey, seed drops.
We need some more donations.
Absolutely. We had a $10 donation from Special Agent Dale Cooper. And they say every day, once a day, give yourself a present. Don't plan it. Don't wait for it. Just let it happen. It could be a new shirt from the store, a cat nap in your office chair, or 2 cups of good coffee. Or tea, if that's your thing.
ボール投げる数が7に増えるから。
That's pretty good advice. That's pretty good advice.
We too have watched Twin Peaks.
We also had a $100 donation from Reverend Gumby that says good vibes only. I agree.
So just to piggyback off
7になってるが、そっちが飛んでくる回数の2回来るの。
So he said he wasn't going to get a 7, and by that he means 7 bombs in one phase. It's pretty hard. It's one of the harder things to do to get a bunch of phases in a row where you get all the bombs off. That's what makes Axis hard mode so hard. You have to be either really fast and not have anything go wrong to get all 7 bombs off in a phase, or another really easy way is sometimes the game will give you something called early empowerment, which will give you unlimited time for the bomb part of the phase, which is really nice when it comes to Axis Phase 2, and it happens quite often. So.
All right. Everybody.
He hasn't had one yet as far as I've seen, but it will, I believe it should happen at some point in this round. And Jubb's taking his time here because he really only needs 2 or 3
7つ爆弾投げるのは難しいらしい。難しいでしょうね、7つは。
The shield does not go back up in between phases if we don't break it.
So he's really just carrying over progress here. All right, now he's going to go to damage, and he's really going to cook him.
ソロじゃ無理だろうな。
Just keep in mind,
お、
since he's burning
DPS チェックの時間だ。ハードだと何回でいけるんだ？
damage in less than normal phases. So I believe at this point he only has 3 phases to kill.
That is correct.
Do I have time for a couple of donations?
Yes.
Yep. All right. We had a $250 donation from Too Early, and they say loving the Destiny
DPS
run.
チェックね、
Always
3回はアップ
impressed
する。
to see a raid that took me a long time with the team to be crushed by a solo guardian. And we also had a $25 donation from Matt that says glad to donate during the Destiny run. Been playing since the alpha and longtime Bungie fan. My cat at 22 years passed away at the beginning of the year. This is for you, Miss Lou. Please.
This is for you,
pet
言
ってるな。
cats.
Pet that cat.
Bet
はい。
that cat.
We're only
ってことは、
$339 away, everybody.
殴る回数的には同じぐらい
Clear
か。
gold damage there, so we're looking all right.
Everyone get in those donos for the cat before this is done. We can finish that.
Yeah. Oh, I think we can do it.
Looks like it won't be early empowerment.
No.
An easy
We will,
sign.
we will have to hit 2 7s.
そしてまた7回爆弾を投げると。
Like you said. If when he's doing the white mechanic, if you see Shanks spawning, which they're normally not supposed to, that's a good indicator. He also won't teleport to each side like he does normally. Like he'll just stay in mid, and then it'll just say Steven Powers Guardians, and then you'll know you're good to go.
You have infinite time for that phase at that point.
Silly guy.
Which can be a double-edged sword just because if you miss too many bombs, you're soft-locked, and you have to jump off the map. But he's a pretty big thing, so
It's more if the servers sacrifice,
yeah.
I'd say.
これで安定し
I
て
know
も
it's crazy to believe, but
ま
Whoa.
た
Okay.
oh,
最後の1回か半分体力半分切った時の
If I live.
yeah.
やつも耐えなきゃいけない。
Oh,
うん。
Void Captain. Oh,
Dude, come on. All right, this is already not a 7.
oh, this is not looking good.
They don't call it hard mode for nothing.
It is hard.
Yeah,
I won't lie.
and like I got the solar cannon all the way over there.
It's not looking good. If you get this, it'll be with the
す
skin
ご
of
い
your
な
teeth.
気が遠くなるような作業
That servitor didn't even die. Oh,
Oh. Middle servitor did not die.
Yeah.
Hold down long enough on the cannon.
unfortunate.
Unfortunately, this looks. Are you going to continue, Jubb, or?
I'll do another phase of damage.
All right.
If I don't fall off the map, there we go.
If it makes you feel any better, we met the Pet the Cat incentive.
Right on.
Knew we could do it. Knew we could do it.
Thank you, everybody, for all of your donations to help Pet That Cat for the Talos Principle 2 run coming up.
Looks like Jubb's just going to showcase one more phase of
Yeah.
damage and
Then I'll be-
mechanics here. Unfortunately, he doesn't have enough phases to kill.
Yeah, I am out of
But-
plates.
We're going to use our last little bit here wisely. Get a little bit more action in.
Thank everyone here, everyone behind the scenes, running everything. All of you back here watching, all of you watching at home.
Yeah, I was in the crowd a lot today. I know this morning it was at like $2,000 for the game, so I was
あ次の
pretty
ゲー
stressful
ムの
throughout the day, but like as it went on, it kind of went
Yeah,
up
what
exponentially.
the-
So
We were stressing about if we'd be able to play today.
A little bit.
ああ5000ドルのインセンティブ
a
が
lot of heartwarming messages.
ザ・
that
タ
I
ロ
was
ス
able
プ
to
リン
get.
シプルの2の猫を撫でるが達成したと。
Wouldn't it be so nice to have cauterized and simmering flames?
Yes, I agree.
Sorry.
Read them if you got them, my friend.
Absolutely. We just got a
もう
$3,000
多分これクリアできない。安全地帯が全部もう使ってる。
That is from JD Puppy and Think Quick
ダメそうなんか。で、まあできる範囲でやるつもりかな、じゃあ。ああ、ESP も切ったし、ショーケース的な感じだったんですかね、ハード。もう一回が耐えられないか、DPS。
Even though I'm a doggo guy myself like Joe and his awesome voice, let's get those cat pets, which we did. Thank you so much for that.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Jubb's going to be able to channel his inner Dom
My inner
legend.
Dom
Give up
legend.
かな。
But
残念。
still did pretty solid damage. Unfortunately, he didn't get that last phase.
Phenomenal run, nonetheless.
As you're about to see here, Axis is just going to wipe him since he doesn't have any plates left. You also saw earlier that Axis said he was enraged, which really doesn't mean anything other than this is your last phase.
At least he's nice and letting you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It means something to him.
Unfortunate. You almost sent to final.
I mean, he was hard mode at half health. It's
で、これで即死が飛んでくるから、もう逃げる場所がないので、フラウト。ん
No, not Common Rider.
Unlucky there.
即死を食らって、
This is what we were talking about. It doesn't actually wipe you
Yeah,
sometimes.
but
but
Why?
it will wipe
will
you.
survive the game glitch. And that'll be it for me. Thank you guys for having me.
Do you want to get some quick shout outs in, everybody?
Oh yeah, shout out
Good
Cam
game.
Hemmer. I meant to shout him out initially with the
なるほどね。最後の
shout him out. Shout
次の
out
即死が耐えられないん
Shiflett
だ
for。letting me use his account for this raid.
うん。
Shout out anybody that donated. I know Flat was in here earlier. And anything for you guys?
I already said it before. Shout out Eclipse. Shout out Eclipse Destiny Clan.
Right
Other
on.
than that,
This is your thing, man.
All right.
This is all about
right.
you.
I think we're good then.
Thank you, everybody.
なあ、その爆弾を2回飛んできたらもうダメなのかな。
Are you ready, kids? Red Bull Daily Recap! I can't
で、デイリーキャップが始まってしまいましたが、次のゲーム準備に行きますので、 デイリーキャップでを見てお楽しみください。
Welcome to the Red Bull Daily Recap. I'm Brutal Mellow, and I'm joined by
A-Def, that's who I am.
Keys are on, I think.
Ruby Hart.
And we've been having a great event. I hope that y'all are enjoying today. We just did a little bit of a bit that was reminiscent of something that happened during Power Wash Simulator. We've got some clips for you all. We want to get right into them. So we're going to go ahead and pull them up on camera here. And Ruby, take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. So this was a run I got to see earlier, and Amerlin, this entire crew absolutely crushed this run. I pulled the very beginning because they started with the traditional "Are you ready, kids?" intro. And all of these guys have been friends for so long that seeing them share the stage and absolutely kill this run was so fun. Not only that, just shout out to the devs. The day before the run, so yesterday, they did a ton of updates for the game, so everything about the build broke, or about 90% of it. They desperately, at like 10 p.m., sent a message saying, is there any way you can get us a build? And they came through today, so thank you so much to the studio for making sure that this run could happen.
That's very sick. One
Yeah,
could argue that given
absolutely.
how cursed the run was, they didn't deserve it, but...
Listen, they tried given the circumstances.
All right, hey, well, hey, Keys, what about you?
Well, first off, I'm gonna let you all in on a little bit of a backstage secret. We do have a teleprompter here, okay? I'm gonna talk about... I know, I'm breaking the immersion. But I'm gonna talk about Supersonic Saves the World, and looking at it on the teleprompter is just absolutely silly, just SSTWW.
You missed an S.
Did I? SS? Anyway, it's Wednesday.
And at some point, we're going to have that clip.
Yeah. But there really isn't much that I can say about any, Mario-style fan game. It's always something that, for me, as someone who's ever played it casually, like, I can't do this. It might be simple for a gamer. I'm not a gamer. I'm on this couch. So
That's fun fact.
All right.
Fun fact, when J-Hobbs recruits for interview team, you have to give away your gamer license.
it's true. It's true. The very first question we get is, can you still speedrun? And
The answer is no.
the answer is
Turn
no.
in your badge and your gun.
Oh, yeah, I had to go trade in my PS4 at GameStop. It was rough.
$4 of in-store credit. You paid.
I know.
He makes you learn how to play League of Legends.
Oh.
It's rough out here.
No.
But yeah, okay, so the clip, we were talking that whole time during the clip, but like, it's still super impressive to me that not only can you have like high-level gameplay like that, but that would confuse the heck out of me that the way that the room's working is you have to utilize falling. The complete antithesis of what Mario to me is.
Well, that's Sonic, so.
Yeah, and
Excuse me, yes, you're right. Blue Mario.
I mean, it's Kaizo, and what's awesome about Game Zone Quick is like, this wasn't even the only Kaizo game we had today.
Also, can we look? Just acknowledge for a fact that the donation total was that was today, and that is $120,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
That let's get some clap.
Everyone cutting through today on those donations.
That is
Thank
sick.
you.
That is sick. Let's talk about Kaizo Mario Galaxy. This was a Kaizo-filled day. My boy 360 Chrism pulled through, stacked couch, stacked run. This was an incredible level. So this, in the original Mario Galaxy game, is played much the same way. There is a Shadow Mario, or in this case, Luigi, traveling you. He's following you.
Red Mario.
Red Mario, that's the one. And you have to skate on these panels, and there's some lava. But in this, it is mostly lava. And watching Chris go through this so masterfully was a joy. And also, Chris, to my knowledge, had not had like an attempt of this run prior to the event that got every star in time. My man finished like 6 minutes under estimate, which is so sick.
That's wild.
Oh.
You gotta save the sauce for the stage, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, break in the immersion for a lot of people that realize now that you said it, the name is actually 360 Chris M, not Chrism. I know I'm blowing at least 5 minds out there. But hey.
I just call him Shen.
True. Can we also acknowledge how like that couch is not only stacked, but look how handsome they are.
Everybody's so handsome.
There's a spiky Vegeta on that couch.
I know.
Yeah.
We love our Spike.
We love
Well,
our
hey, for next time we have Jeopardy and we want even more questions about Spike.
I don't know what you're talking about. We had a legally
Yeah, what is Jeopardy? I don't know what Jeopardy is.
Yeah, what was Ken Jennings on our speed run at some point?
Mello, what's next?
Yeah, so we had a whole lot of RuneScape talk today because the Chamber Chambers of Xeric challenge mode speedrun happened. This is right at the end of the run. Something really special happened where our very own Kizaron was playing RuneScape on their phone while the run was happening. And then Shen doxed exactly where he was and what world he was. And if you look at the phone right here, it became a watch party in-game. RuneScape really means a lot to me, and to know that Jagex, as a company, as soon as the run started, posted a in-game message saying, a cold one is now streaming on Games Done Quick or live. Click here to watch. Is just so cool.
So cool.
And then the fact that all the gamers went and crashed Keys' attack training session. Congrats on level 93 attack, but
oh, thank you.
Absolutely.
you're literally just over barely halfway to 99, but still, like that's awesome.
I also know what that means.
What I love most about
We're talking about RuneScape and League of Legends today.
yeah. Well, what I love
Speed
most
runner,
about
baby.
that is like, I mean, we always talk about community with Games Done Quick, and sometimes like you think of an online game and maybe you don't think about good community because I mean, there's always the bad eggs, right?
Yeah.
Just seeing all those people who love the same game as you come to that same area. They all turned on their overhead to give them a blue heart. That's what you saw. They got their retribution prayer up. They stayed there the entire time. So it was like 20 minutes of everyone who was just passionate to watch that run.
That's so
standing there saying, go cold, Gratz Keys on attack, and selling sharks 300 gold. Like, it was really, really fun.
That's a good price, actually.
This was another great moment, too, of just multiple communities and lifelong friends piling. There were so many people on the back couch that people were sitting on the floor and spilling over with written posters. You could feel the love in the room.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was great. All right, we also got some pictures because today has just been such a great, really fulfilling day for a couple of us even here on the couch.
I had a real moment today. I'm going to be on. We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it in a little bit. Over here, this is near the board game room. We've had somebody bring a bunch of instruments. We got an electronic drum set, keyboard, violins, guitar. There's all sorts of things that you can just come over and jam at. Ruby and I were hanging out just last night, I think.
Yeah, and actually, Keys and I had a whole jam session there.
2.5, 3 hour jam session with random other people.
Yes, so shout out to the people who were there for that incredible jam session in the middle of the night. It was definitely a highlight for
we gotta pause right here on this picture.
Okay, so
Yes.
can I say what's going on here?
Yes.
Okay, if you like really squint, you can see me and Mello on the far right side of the picture.
It's there somewhere.
So this is, you may or may not know that on Friday, we have top 4 of the Evil Zone tournament hosted by Caveman and Dragon Blitz on stage. Now, Mello and I, and technically Keys, entered this tournament. Mello, I think you went 2-2. Won a couple matches. Somebody played fake Keys and went 1-2. So a win in Keys' name. I made top 8 today in the Evil Zone tournament.
Yes.
I was, the game is sick. Thank you to Dragon Blitz Sensei for teaching me everything that I know. It was so cool. The game is so awesome. And it was remarkable. This is, to my knowledge, the single biggest GDQ tournament we have ever had. There were 78 entrants.
Yeah.
And almost everybody showed up.
There were 78 initial entrants, and then some extra people showed up and took spots too, if people like who couldn't make it.
It was so sick, and it was so cool to just see so many people come together, and top 4 is going to be so sick, you do not want to miss it.
Yeah, this is my boy Cyphren, who entered the tournament, taught me how to play. I trained on him today. Also Alimra, another person taught me how to play.
Yeah, incredible arcade and combat runner. Just Cyphren's great.
Yeah, so Cyphren's one major mission was to dethrone Caveman. Sadly, that hasn't happened yet because we'll see if anybody can beat Caveman this Friday, Evil Zone, on the actual run. This is JPEG, one of our silly block runners. That's coming up later tonight, making a sign that I assume we're going to see during Golf It. But yeah, just a lot of cool things happening around the event. We've also got panels. There was a Streaming for Good fundraising with your community panel that happened today. This is Fernanda from MSF. I met them, such a great person.
Yeah.
Super nice. Greta, Bridget, all the people over there are so welcoming, so ready to tell you about Doctors Without Borders, how you can be impactful and help with the cause. And yeah, you should really, I feel like we're talking a lot about what happens on site, because if you're not here, you know, you should try. I know it's not the easiest thing to do, and maybe you can't come to every event, but try to find a way to make it happen. And if it's ever possible, you should be here. It's a lot of fun.
It is.
Yep. All right, so what are y'all excited for tomorrow? Ruby, we'll start with you.
Okay, everyone, listen, I know that not all of us are sports people. Hear me out. Dogs. So tomorrow we have, I know,
Hey!
games done quick. Dogs are very important, and we have an absolute GDQ legend, the first speed runner in a GDQ marathon, now in person, live tomorrow, playing Ken Griffey Presents Major League Baseball, along with his incredible owner, PB. They have worked so hard.
I think those are flipped.
No, that's correct. That's correct.
KSR's owned
by PB. No, you're right.
If I may, my partner pointed out PB&J.
Whoa.
Okay.
I know,
Mine-
wild.
mine-
Yeah.
mine-
So true.
But they're going to be playing Major League Baseball tomorrow. It's going to be a wonderful run. They are so ready, and there might be a really fun teaser tomorrow that people may or may not want to keep an eye out for tomorrow. What about you all? What are you excited for?
Yeah, Keith.
Oh, I mean, I got to rep Pokemon.
Yes.
TTS, sick runner, Pokemon White 2, sick game. Don't forget there is a bonus incentive to upgrade that to challenge mode.
It's open
which
right now.
It is open right now, and in my humble opinion, which is also fact, challenge mode is way better than just a regular run. So donate, or I will personally be very
Careful.
sad.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
I gotta tell you, there's two things I'm excited for. I mean, I'm excited for everything, obviously.
Of course.
But the two things I'm most excited for are, look, I'll toot my own horn for a second, and my friends. Halo 3 is tomorrow.
It's gonna be sick.
But
It's
for
gonna be sick.
good reason.
Yeah,
My
like-
boys and I have been, we've been labbing for months, and I'm really excited to show everybody what Legendary, because Halo 3 Legendary is like, I've been saying this a lot in this grind process, but like the idea that now I get to play Halo 3 with my friends, 10-year-old me would be like, let's go! It's so
What about
huge.
25-year-old you?
25-year-old me is like, let's go! Also, CBTs in a couple hours. Mello?
Yes, CBT. So you bring up CBT. I'm excited for Silly Block.
Yes.
Now, I don't think
Yes.
CBT, I think that's kind of right before it, but I wrote a list because there are so many games in this Silly Block, and I wasn't even able to fit all of them on my cue card. We got Golf It, Monster Party, Birds Aren't Real the Game, Arzette, the Jewel of Faramore, Barbie by the Homie Conception, Mad Panic Coaster, City Bus, Leaf Blower, man, this game blows, Wild Woody, and it goes on and on and on. So, Silly Block is one of the coolest things that you can watch at Games Done Quick. It happens every year. It's a way to like kind of stay up all night and maybe ruin your schedule, but also have a great time. Maybe pick up a cheap game that's a ton of fun and discover a runner who's probably going to have a really cool community too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the Kens, Ellens, and Barbies out there, you know, make sure that you stay up for Silly Block. I'm just saying, it's important.
Yeah, one other small shout out that I'm going to give is that tomorrow morning, I'm doing an interview with our very own musical daredevil to talk about his Morrowind run, which I'm so excited to learn more about. So if you're up tomorrow around 9 a.m. local, that's right. The musical daredevil I'm talking about is currently directing this piece. So shout out to my friend.
Let's go.
But hey, we're pretty much out of time. And whoa, what is that? Is that a Balrog? Oh no, it must be stopped by the prize wizard.
Oh.
Take it away, prize wizard.
You dare disturb my meditation to deal with something as trivial as a Balrog, Mellow? I refuse. Instead, I shall tell the audience about one of my many artifacts that they are running short on time to claim. For this is the orb which I have pondered all day, made by the master enchanter Sky Berkson. For he has done the impossible and shrunken down an entire species